Whoa. 1 2 1 2. Number one, number two. Yo, check me out, yo.
Yo, the pee don't piss forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well pee together. Better now than never. Pissiness before pleasure. P. Diddy and the family, you know, do it wetter. Yeah, right, no matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear right. Don't make an ass out of yourself by assuming these charges sticking, homie. What are you proving? You know that I'm 2 levels above you, baby. Hug me, baby, I'll pee on you and drug you, baby. Fuck, Cuddy, ain't gon' get you nothing but choke. And that jealousy tripping on all that pink coat. The only thing left now is God for this cat. A bunch of federal charges all in my lap. I'ma win cause I'm just a freak for these cats. While they making up facts, whose semen is that?
In the commission, you ask for permission for pissing. He don't like me, piss on him while wifey is with him. You heard of us, the Uranus, most shady. Been on the low lately, housekeepers hate me, the son of a. They say my pissing's too blatant. You hesitating, I'm in the hotel room waiting. Duct taping, on cam, destiny lays in my hands. All this piss from my waist, Francis into the age phenomenal. Different bodily fluids all on the abdominal. Rhyme a few bars so I can buy a few cars. Then I kick a few flows so I can piss on some hoes. Yellow is my presence, never tense, never hesitant. Leave a nigga bent real quick. Real thick, raw nights I perform on them. Anyone like mine, woman, magic sun, action, back tongues, ridiculous. And I'm quick to bust if my in you touch. 2 nipples you touch. In this world they clutch 2 dildos for real though. Used to call them cool, now you call them fucking weirdo. My rap flows weird as shit. DA ain't killing shit. PNC men keep spilling shit. You overdid it, Holmes. You in the danger zone, cats, you shouldn't be alone. Hold hands and say it like me, the most shady. Diddy baby, fantastic, graphic. Trying to beat a charge and get his ass licked. Parked it quick to spark kids who start shit. CP and only P, the underboss of this freak off through the yours P did.
We got the real live piss from front to back. To the people in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my urinals at? Where my urinals at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my urinals at? We got the real live piss from front to back. To the people in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my urinals at? Where my urinals at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my urinals at?
It's all fucked up now. What am I gonna do now? Look at this hotel room. It's all fucked up now. What am I gonna do now, huh? It's all fucked up.
And we're live.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Back in effect.
Back in the house once again.
It is the effing podcast. I am B-Dub.
Branson.
Hassan Alpha Dog, a.k.a. Woof Woof.
And yes, Hassan is in the building. He's detangling microphone cords. So we're keeping him off camera until he gets that situation handled.
I don't know if Buddha's coming or not, but shout out Buddha Junkie, shout out Kelly Joe, shout out to the members of the show and whatnot. And if you're tuning in on this Saturday night, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yes, it's been a Saturday.
Yes, it has been a Saturday. It's been a week.
Yes. It's been,
Hot as
It's been a
shit.
week. Yeah, this week was something else.
yes, it was.
No
So
cap.
we're going to start off with our usual customary shout-outs. There's Hassan. We're going to give a shout-out to
And-
Eighth and Fancy.
And a happy birthday.
Oh, a happy birthday.
And
to-
a happy birthday
to
to
Eighth
Eighth
and
and Fancy.
Fancy.
Oh, happy
so
birthday.
a shout out and a happy birthday
Yes,
because
indeed.
she was the one who helped us get this off the ground and stuff, giving us a place to go and start this
After
thing
Buddha
at.
kicked us out in the cold.
Yeah, so definitely shout out Eighth and Fancy, happiest of the happy birthdays.
Yes, indeed. So
Word.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And shout out to Eighth and Fancy. Make sure you check her out for all of your adult beverage snacks and needs. We're going to give a second shout out to Dank Drinks.
Shout out,
The dankest of drinks. Then we're going to give a shout out to
Crimey.
Dealers. That one slipped my mind for a minute. Shout out Crimey Dealers. Then we're going to give a shout out to the local plug.
Local plug.
Shout out.
Please eat responsibly.
You know,
Yes.
you weren't here last week,
I
and it
was
was
not.
different. It was different. I'm not going to lie. We made it happen, but it definitely was different. So it's definitely good to have you back in the house tonight.
Word.
I do the heavy lifting.
Yes, you do.
You do.
Yes, I'm not even going to lie. Yes, you do. Shout out to Charles in the chat.
Word.
One of our faithful viewers. We appreciate
up.
it, my guy.
No doubt.
Hell yeah.
No
Means a
doubt.
lot. You don't even know.
Oh,
He
shit.
on the Hall of
This is
Fame.
Happy 41st birthday to Charles.
Oh,
Well,
happy birthday, my
Word
guy.
up. Happy
Welcome to
birthday.
you're in the 40 club, but
Yeah.
yeah, happy
40
birthday,
club.
my guy.
That's
Get
what's
ready
You know
for
what I'm
the
saying?
body to slowly break down in the morning. When
Oh, it's
you wake
already
up.
been doing that.
That's the worst,
No,
man.
man.
When you don't know you're sick when you're like older. You just
And I
have to
think-
wait till about 12 o'clock
Hold on.
and see how you feel.
We're all in the 40 club, aren't we?
I know.
Yeah, like so.
Nah,
yeah,
you left, nigga.
Nah, I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave the club. But yeah, we're all in the club as of right now. So you know what I'm saying? Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Charles.
happy
I hope you
birthday.
enjoyed it
Word
to the
up.
fullest, my guy.
Yes, indeed. All right, so we're going to start off with a special RIP out to Walter Scott of the Whispers, passing away at 81. He was a founding member of the Whispers, passing away from complications of stage 4 stomach cancer in Oakland. And that happened on the morning of June 26th. Of course, we all know the Whispers for Rocksteady, which was my personal soundtrack of the 80s. I can't think of the 80s without thinking of that song because it was played everywhere.
Yeah, but Keep On Loving Me is a strong one too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Loving Me is a strong one.
What would you say is their biggest hit?
Their biggest hit,
I think it's Rocksteady.
I think
Yeah,
it
I
might be
think
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
I think Loving Me, but that's not my favorite Whisper song.
What
Like,
is it?
you know, In the Mood.
Ah.
The Whisper, like I was just telling Hassan, like I think the Whispers don't get the
I agree.
the credit they deserve on being such a great group. The Whispers were amazing. We talk about the OJs. We talk about the Temptations. We talk about all these other groups. And sometimes I don't think we really get the Whispers they're just due because I think they were that dope. But In the Mood, In the Mood is that song.
Yeah, well, of course, my joint was Rocksteady and the Beat Goes On. So those were big hits during my childhood, and I definitely remember them being played to death on the radio.
Lady was another big
Yes.
song they had.
Yes, it was.
Olivia was another big song.
It's a love thing.
yeah.
Yeah, they had some hits.
They did. The Whispers, like I say, they don't get the props they deserve. I think they're one of the all-time greatest R&B groups.
I think it's because it came out, or they got big, I guess, in the 80s. I know they had music in the 70s, but I guess it really didn't blow up for them till the 80s when that kind of singing quartet group was kind of on the way out. So they kind of came in, or their success came in at the tail end of
their
that,
career.
that era. So that's why they may have not been.
Quartet was still going on where it died out at.
Barely.
Like, it died out, late, early 2000s.
And went down to 3 members.
Yeah.
Now it's one.
Now it's one.
Look, it's no member.
There's
Like
one.
No, there's one.
R&B is to me
one.
it's just a thing now.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, R&B is because there's no new R&B really getting created. Not good or in the vein of previously.
Or what we think is R&B.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you nothing that's hot.
I mean, Chris Brown and Usher is about it for us.
That's it, exactly.
Until Beyonce decides. And Beyonce, even though she is she's pop.
It's his R&B.
SZA, yeah.
Yes.
SZA's okay.
Yeah, I mean there are some artists.
There are
I'm not gonna rob, but what we grew up listening to and what they're making now are totally different things.
Because in order to get that level of quality, you got to invest money, and that's what record labels don't really want to do nowadays. But regardless, rest in peace to
Definitely
Walter Scott of the Whispers,
Yes.
one of the twins. So luckily, that's the only RIP we have this week. Of celebrities. So that's a positive thing. But let's go ahead and move along to our main topic because the Diddy trial is coming to a close.
It's coming
I
to
can't
an
say I'm gonna miss it because it was shocking the first couple weeks, and then like these last couple weeks, it's just been kind of.
I'm gonna say this: it did not live up to the hype that I thought it was going to give us.
Those first 2 weeks did.
I
didn't know people got peed on.
Well, I already got.
No. That took Cassie down a lot. I didn't know she got peed on.
I mean, I didn't know she got
rubbing nipples.
but
apparently her husband didn't either.
Rubbing
But
nipples
whatchamacallit said that didn't she say she was getting peed on? So
not peed on, peed in the mouth. Nigga.
yeah, but what
I
I'm
didn't
saying
know about
is,
that till the trial.
Didn't Young Miami say she was getting?
That was Young Miami. We didn't know that was contagious.
I figure if one's doing it, if a person has a fetish for something, they're going to continue on with that fetish.
Right.
It didn't just start with her.
No, it didn't.
So you could go on down. It might even be your girl. Who knows? Like
Again, but
J-Lo might be that. She might have been.
I mean, but again, though, I mean, who cares? That's what he like to do.
Look, I'm not shaming nobody.
That's what he like to do. I mean,
Come on, man. That's
got-
nasty.
I mean,
Look,
hell, you got some. Listen, we got some freaky ass
At
motherfuckers
the end
out
of the
here.
day, as long as 2 people or however many people are consenting,
I mean,
regardless of how you look at it, a person's kink is a person's kink.
this,
We
just
don't get it.
this was just a smear campaign. That's
And
all.
on top of that, you'd be surprised at what some of these chicks you would never think would be doing.
Man,
Like,
Oh, no, I know.
You around a billionaire, man. Listen, Motherfuckers had done for a lot less. You, feel
know
what I'm
what? They
saying?
do it. Some do it for free. What is
So
you
the
talk-
fact,
yeah.
so the fact that you around somebody that can change your life or will change your life, and some fact that they gonna do whatever.
And you probably took a liking to it.
Yeah,
so
you
now
did.
this
you get paid to live a lifestyle.
But now, after you done it for so long, that might be your kink now. So
Right.
now that's what Cassie.
All
into.
he was a damn swingers. That's all. He had
Yeah.
a big swinger party.
So it looks like Diddy's lawyer on Friday made their final deliberating arguments, their final appeal to the jury on those racketeering and trafficking charges. And even Diddy's lawyer was like, hey, my client's a goddamn freak. He's a swinger. He has a drug problem. And he beat his girlfriend's ass. But he is not a racketeer. And he is not a trafficker of the sexual variety. That's basically what the lawyer said.
Yeah, I
not in
mean,
those
shit,
words.
they ain't even prove
He's a
they
sex
can.
trafficker.
Ain't
The
no
word-
sex
he-
trafficker.
yes, he is. He's the
yeah.
only place sex is legal is Nevada. So he's a sex trafficker.
No, man.
But the other stuff, nah. Like,
Paid
you know,
for somebody's services, man.
it doesn't
That's
matter
not
by
sex
the
trafficking.
eye of the law that is sex trafficking.
That
You
is not
cannot
sex
go
He
from
flew him in.
He's not
sex trafficking.
that's
No, they avoided the traffic.
No, he's not sex
They
trafficking. That's not racketeering.
No, that is sex trafficking. It's not racketeering,
It's
but
not
it is
sex
definitely.
trafficking.
What is sex
He
trafficking?
paid somebody for their services. They agreed to fly in where he was at and perform the act.
So that is called sex trafficking, my guy.
What if
it's
it
not.
was with your own money and did he
It's-
reimburse you?
Right.
It's sex trafficking,
not-
regardless
no,
of how
man,
you
that's
look
not
at
sex
it.
trafficking,
So
man.
what is it? What is
Sex trafficking is forced labor. They mean you're doing it against your will, and you cannot stop until the hell they tell you to stop. That's sex trafficking.
I
He
don't-
didn't put everybody. He
Sex
did not
trafficking is flying sex workers across state lines to commit sexual acts.
He did not force nobody to perform no unwanted sexual act against their will. They was willing participants.
And
That's
that's what
it.
the defense argued. They said
That's
everybody was a
willing participant,
in
and
the
all of them
situation.
enjoyed the lifestyle until the prosecutor came at them, basically saying, "Well, if we get some dirt on you, we're going to prosecute you. But if you get on the stand, we'll give you immunity." Boom.
Nevertheless, I
Oh,
don't see
you can't skip over that.
Look, I told you how I feel on it. Like, to me, it's sex
It
trafficking,
ain't sex
regardless of what. That's how I feel. Now, on the racketeering, no, I didn't see really any of that. I didn't. Like, I didn't see a lot of the stuff they were going for. But I don't think like the feds are just going to be like, okay, he's going to get, like, I think he's going to get something. They're not just going because they'd be too embarrassed. He's got to get something.
He ain't gotta get nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, well, what
They'd be too embarrassed not to give him something.
the defense is basically saying that he was targeted because of this racket, or the racketeering charge is because he was targeted by the government, because the case began with a lawsuit and not anyone making a report to any law enforcement.
Exactly.
So they're saying he's indicted by himself.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it is.
No witnesses testified to being part of his enterprise either.
So I
You
mean,
got a one-man show.
A
Come
one-man
on, man.
show. A one-man
Nobody,
criminal
anybody. That's
organization.
a one-man criminal organization. He forced everybody at the swingers party. He forced them to fuck everybody, do all the things that we. I mean, that don't make it. Yo, nobody.
I mean, if he's the one who's like, then I'm not saying he's forcing, but he's the main
you're
one,
stretching
isn't
the
he?
law now.
Is he the main
No,
one?
it's either he did or he didn't.
Is he the main one?
What you mean? Cassie was in on it.
Is he financing
Cassie
it?
was in it. She was
He's
involved in it.
financing? Huh? Is he financing what?
the freak offs and stuff like that? Is he? Is he?
I mean, I'm sure it's
financing
his
all of
money.
this? So
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's not. But nobody,
I'm just
everybody,
giving you what the law is saying, that's
the
all.
law. That's not the law. Sex trafficking is when somebody's being forced against their will and put in perform sexual acts.
like
Nobody was forced against their will. You're stretching the law now. It's either he forced somebody to perform sexual acts over state lines or he didn't. Nobody that came up there testifying, even the ones that was given immunity, said he done so.
Well, like I say, I don't think the feds are going to wear this egg on their face. He's going to
Yeah,
get
they have.
something. It's
They
not
wore
going to be
eggs on their
big,
face before.
but it's going to be something.
Feds have law cases. The feds win most of their cases against poor individuals who doesn't have the money or the resources.
to fight
When
it.
you got the money and the resources to fight them, you have a chance to win. That's why their conviction rate is as high as it is. Because if you look at the conviction rate that they have, you will look at it. Every one of them convictions are people that doesn't have the money or the resources to fight them.
Well, we'll see. If he gets something, he does. If he gets off,
And then,
he
like I
does.
said, we already done. It's already out there. Even if he were to get convicted, he's going to get pardoned.
Do you assume he's going to
No,
get
I ain't
pardoned?
assuming shit.
You assume
Trump going
he's
to pardon his ass, bro. Because if he wasn't going to pardon him, he would have shut that shit down when the question was asked him. He would have said no. He said, "Well, ain't nobody called me." Yeah,
You assume.
ain't nobody assuming.
Yeah, I don't put faith in Trump for anything.
You
He's
assume.
going to pardon him, bro.
All I'm saying is
willing
you're
to put-
assuming. That's it.
Hey, ain't no assuming. Hey, because if Trump wasn't going to do it, he would have said no.
He lies all the fucking time. When do we take Donald Trump at his word?
That's why I said.
That's why the Hispanics
Hey,
are in the
money talk,
situation they in
bullshit
now,
walk.
because he
Money
lies all
talk.
the time.
Hey, Trump is about that paper. You got that money, he's going to pardon you. If motherfucking Lil Wayne got pardoned and goddamn NBA YoungBoy got pardoned, these
Larry
niggas
Hoover
ain't
got pardoned.
Yeah, these
He ain't
niggas
got no paper like
these
that.
niggas ain't got paper like Diddy. Like, come on, dog. Yeah, I'm like, the paper is there, bro. You got the money,
Yeah, he
and
got
then
the
that would be, and this is why I say Trump.
R. Kelly sitting, he got money. I'm sure.
No, R. Kelly ain't no billionaire, dog.
Well, it ain't. You ain't. Neither's NBA YoungBoy.
Right, exactly.
But you're
What I'm
jumping up
saying
that
is-
they got money.
No, what
R.
I'm
Kelly
saying-
got
no.
money.
No, he don't. He don't have Diddy money.
But he got NBA YoungBoy money, I'm sure.
So what I'm saying is, this is why I'm trying to say. This is why I say Trump is going to fucking do it. Number one, he got a billionaire, somebody that's popular, out on a federal charge. He gave him a pardon. He gonna like, look, y'all, look, black people, look what I did. I got one of your people out again. I'm a good president. Yeah, he gonna do that. Money talk, bullshit walks right now. It's being shown in your face.
I don't put much faith in Trump for doing anything he's expected to do. I just, I'm not saying he wouldn't give Diddy a pardon. I just don't trust Trump at his word or anything like that. I wouldn't hold my breath. But regardless, in addition to the closing arguments, Diddy's son Christian Combs released new music.
With Kanye.
Yeah, with King Combs. He released not just a song, but a 7-song EP.
Him and Kanye.
Yeah, and it's called Diddy Free.
Kanye would be around. Kanye would be around somewhere.
It's called Diddy Free.
Oh my God.
Diddy Free is the way to be. I don't know.
Hey, look, Kanye finds a way to keep his name.
Kanye just hang around long enough.
Look, you cannot. Hey, cancel culture can't fuck with Kanye, boy. He cancel culture proof, boy.
Kanye just be hanging around.
Hey, look, you gotta give Kanye his props, bro, because that nigga ain't going nowhere. He's gonna be. You gonna keep talking about Kanye, even if you don't want to talk about Kanye.
When we say he crazy, he ain't that crazy.
And watch that shit go platinum too, because he go. What people say, Kanye made good music. I mean, so I haven't listened to it. I'm gonna listen to it now.
Okay, now how many kids does Diddy have?
How many what?
Children does Diddy have? Doesn't he have like 5, maybe 4 or 5? Hold on. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because they all found out at the same time their father likes niggas semen rubbed on his nipples, and I'm just like,
Their daddy's
how would
a
you
freak.
feel if you found out your dad was
A freak.
rubbing other dudes' semen on your nipples?
Quincy, Justin,
Yeah.
Christian, Chance, twins,
Yeah.
Delilah,
So that's about
Jesse,
6.
and Love Sean.
Oh, that's 9.
That's 9
Hold
kids.
on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. He's got
7 kids just found out their daddy
Like semen rubbed on his
nipples
nipples.
by a dude named the Punisher. That's crazy.
And like I told y'all the other week, he coming back out and do the same stuff.
Yo,
You know?
yeah. Once a freak, always a freak. There's no
And he probably gonna push it to the limit now.
Nah, he gonna
push it to the limit.
He gonna sell. He gonna sell the freak off tapes now. Y'all gonna see him. He gonna
Nah.
he gonna get paid off.
No,
of them shit.
because you would have to have the permission of the people on it to do that.
And I don't. Some of those
You
people
can-
aren't
you
going to
got
give
AI
permission.
them shits.
They did do AI of the trial. I was reading they made they recreated the trial through AI using the transcript from the actual trial. So I haven't seen it yet, but I thought that was interesting. Yeah. Charles asked, why is King Combs still trying to rap? He is the worst rapping son of hip hop since JoJo Simmons.
Hey,
That is true.
He ride his daddy's name.
Because Kanye there.
And he got Kanye.
Kanye in
But
his
also
ear.
remember, there was Diggy Simmons, who was actually pretty decent lyrically.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard. What's my boy's name? Christian.
Christian King Combs.
I've never heard not one song from him ever.
Never me.
Ever.
I don't know. I'm going to
Didn't
listen.
he remake
And I'm not going to
something?
check it out.
I'm
either.
going
I
to
heard
check it
you-
out.
I'm not
I'm
checking
going to check it out. The Kanye on
The
it.
Kanye album
Well,
with
Kanye
Christian
produced
Cole.
it.
I gotta see what it sound like.
Yeah, I'm not eager. I've heard him rap once. Didn't they do a remix on some Diddy song? Wasn't it like I don't know if it was special delivery.
So how can we truly judge him if we don't listen to it? At least give him.
He might be the second coming of Rakim.
You gotta check and see.
One thing about the hip hop wire is your name carries. If you're dope, even if you're not dope,
Yeah, I got you.
your name gonna be heard. I've heard of a lot of. That's kind of what got me out of that hip, because people were saying such and such is dope, such and such is dope. You go check them out, you're like, nah, such and such ain't dope. So, okay, I'll give him one song. I'll check out one song him and Kanye did.
Okay, it doesn't mean remember, it's about his dad.
Cool. I'll give him one song. I'll give him one play.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see. So, did they ever say when? I don't know when they plan on giving the verdict or anything.
Probably next week sometime.
It's going to be this week.
Yeah, it's going to be this week.
Upcoming week. Well, I mean, 4th of July is Friday, so
it's gonna. It'll probably be before the 4th.
Probably Wednesday. Wednesday.
I'll say no later than Thursday.
Yeah, it can't be later than Thursday, because then that would go into a long weekend. So
Yeah.
it's got to be like Wednesday.
you think they're going to riot OJ style?
No,
not OJ. Rodney King style.
If he gets convicted, he just gets convicted. Like, no, they're not.
But he'll be out next week.
If he gets free, he gets free.
That'd be ill. Niggas start rioting over Diddy.
There is like a kind of divide though. There's one side who believes he's guilty. There's one side who believes he's not. And
I just believe he's disgusting.
I mean, more people has come out openly talking. I've seen on the chat online. More people has come out openly, basically siding with them, saying that the government hasn't proven their case. It is proven that what we've been talking about, he's just a freak. That's all. They smear campaign. Before when it first started, it was quiet as hell.
Yeah.
Now it's a whole lot of people talking like, nah, government ain't proving their case. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him getting guilty, and they talking loud. Men and women.
But it depends on the jury. Like, regardless of how the court of public opinion
I mean, of course,
but the jury.
I got you. But remember, the court of public opinion is what driven this whole thing, because that's the reason why.
But are we taking?
They dropped that's why they leaked the Cassie video, because they wanted the court of opinion to change on Diddy, and it did. Once it did. Now the feds come in, charge him with the shit they were charging. Everybody like, yeah, hang his ass. So now that the shit been out now and the trial has been going on, people like, hold up.
But
y'all ain't proving that shit.
We still had the same thing though. I don't think that Diddy can recover from this.
He can.
I don't think so.
Man, listen.
I don't think he can recover from this.
If Trump can survive,
Trump has a whole different fan.
No, it ain't, bro. No. We're not doing that, man. And see, that's the problem. Right. Because he's old, white, who gives a fuck? Diddy got more money than his motherfucker.
What you mean, who gives a fuck? That's the whole reason.
The problem is, no, wait. You're sitting here giving him a pass because he's white. He's old. Like, that don't mean nothing. Everybody got the same rule. It applies. That's all I'm saying.
His peers are white people.
And
Diddy's peers are black people. And black people are going to see Diddy, especially women, are going to look at Diddy as a woman beater.
And I guarantee you,
his image will not recover from that.
Every woman.
But he's a free woman.
Right. For every woman.
He's a free woman beater, but his image will not recover from
his image will recover.
It don't matter if his image recovers, because he still makes money behind the scenes.
Exactly.
He's still going to have, business dealings behind the scenes. People are still going to want to deal with him because he gets money. And plus, niggas is weird.
We'll see.
Yeah, but, they just printed some Justin Combs bars on Free Diddy.
Here we go. Here we go.
It says, F the world, critics, and the witness. And later he says, this Bible might come in handy. This rifle might come in handy. That's the bars. That's all they printed.
I got to hear it behind.
And he repeated
I
the
gotta hear
chorus.
Kanye's production.
Yeah, it might be hot.
production
It
on
might
it.
be hot. I don't know. You know, this is King Kong.
Look, it's all how you sound, how you ride the beat. Well, I got to hear how you sound on your beat.
Yeah, so, well, those are the deliberating arguments. So all we do at this point is just wait for a verdict.
wait.
I don't know if there's like a bet going out on whether he's guilty or not.
Oh yeah, it's a bet. That's a bet.
Parlays and shit.
Yeah, it's a bet. How many days is gonna take?
What time?
What time?
Like,
And then on top of that,
How much semen did he rub on his nipples? There's a parlay on that
They
too.
definitely got a parlay on this.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. But moving on, it's a sad day in Louisiana. Well, I guess not for the people there.
Nah, it's a good day for them.
Yeah, you got my boy.
Yeah, Antoine Massey was
Got
recaptured Friday. He was recaptured Friday in New Orleans, just a few blocks from the prison.
I told you. Didn't I tell you them niggas ain't leaving the fucking state?
They can't.
Yesterday, you know, I've told you, though, a lot of them niggas ain't never left their parish, let alone the fucking state. But go ahead, continue.
Them niggas ain't smart enough.
Them niggas ain't left the state.
Derek
Look, you still
low.
got one more out.
Derek's still low. I
Right.
have my money on Derek still low.
Well, he won. If you got your money on it, he won.
Derek-
He's the
Derek-
last
Derek
person.
the last one. Derek's still low.
Whoever had their money on Derek, they won.
Yeah, well, not yet. Derek has yet to get captured.
He was the last one
He was
standing.
the last one standing, so
collects
that
your
you
money.
won.
Yeah.
Marshals said they arrested him after a Crime Stopper tip. So,
Somebody in the family told.
yeah, the Orleans Parish. Yeah, that's
New
what the Orleans
Orleans
Parish
is a
sheriff
poor
said.
place.
Oh yeah, they'll snitch on you for some money.
And that money on your head,
That was 20 bands.
Yeah, so it looks like he was alone. They caught him alone in a house when he was surrounded and surrendered to authority peacefully because he knew it was a rap ski. Damn, that was a whole month. The arrest comes 6 weeks to the day since the escape of 10 inmates, which occurred May 16th.
You done got some pussy and everything.
Yep.
I hope he has.
I hope so.
I hope he
did. I'm
has.
sure he did.
If he was at a pool party, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
he did. He got some pussy.
Yeah, so he was the 9th one to be captured. And only 4-time, it says killer. 4-time killer Derrick Rose remains at
Now
large.
he need to be captured.
$50,000
Yeah, he need to be
reward for
captured.
information leading to each of the last escapees' arrests has been on the table for weeks. So this person who allegedly read, I hope they got $50,000. Yeah, but the opportunity is there to turn yourself in any time. The public defender is ready to be there and be with you the moment you turn yourself in.
50 bands.
That's what the sheriffs are
that
saying.
nigga's still in Louisiana, too.
I'm sure.
I told you, man.
I'm
I
sure.
told you, man. Listen. Number one, when you break out of a situation, a lot of them don't have a straight up plan as far as detail, what they gonna do, how they gonna move from one place to another. They just getting out on a whim. They didn't know the shit was gonna work.
And on top of that, we ain't seen Derek. Ain't seen hide nor hair of Derek.
Yeah,
Antoine was
Oh,
like
yeah, he was getting
poking at the
bear.
pole.
yeah, of
he
course, because
poking
he
at
was
him.
online and shit.
Yeah, so you know, like Derek, like that. Whatever, man.
They
Them
flew Antoine by air
Yeah.
to a secure state facility outside of the area.
Them niggas,
Said, so this is what it looks like outside of New Orleans.
right? Them niggas ain't left the state, bro. I
They
told you.
can't.
I
They
told
can't
you.
do anything.
They wasn't gonna leave the state. They in them around in the state.
They might as well just turn
So it
themselves
looks like
back
he was
in.
snitched out by a woman that said she was the owner of the property and that she kept it open as an Airbnb rental, but she had no idea how Antoine came to be hiding in her house.
Them cameras.
Yeah.
Them cameras.
Nah, because if there were cameras there, wouldn't she have like caught on to him like when it first happened, when he was first making
It's
those-
either one. It's either he came outside and she saw him, or it has to be.
Yeah, because
it's
I don't think there were cameras on the
I
property.
believe it is a ring camera on the outside. Or maybe security cameras on the outside of the house, and he went outside.
Possibly.
You know, some Airbnbs have them in and out.
It's hard to elude Please, it's hard to elude the
gotta
boys
you
when
gotta
they're
have a
looking
detailed
for
plan
you.
and have some money and
When they are looking for you, it is
that nigga had
hard
a
to
month.
elude the boys.
He had a whole month. So imagine them niggas actually got the fuck out of the country.
started to walk. Nigga, if you start walking, you would have been somewhere. You would have been somewhere better. But geez, all right, one more left.
One more left.
One more.
I don't know if
He ain't leave the state neither. He's still in the state.
He's still in New Orleans.
Yeah.
He's still in
go
New
nowhere.
Orleans. Yeah.
you ain't got no credit cards, no phone, no money, no ID.
And like the longer you go, the closer it's closing in. So it's a matter of time before they catch him too.
I think
If you didn't hit the bus that first day when you got out, the bus and all that stuff done.
maybe he did.
Possibly. We'll see.
Well, how would he hop on a bus?
If you get on the bus but I think they had surveillance footage of him and like two other dudes still in New Orleans. So he was still in the area. Like Hassan said, he's still there.
Charles in the chat said if Derek was smart, he would have.
Changed his name to Julio and got deported to Mexico by ICE. I'm not mad at that
Right,
connotation.
exactly.
Ain't no way that brother passing for
A Mexican.
Yeah, nah.
They gonna do fingerprints and all that shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I'm just curious to know where this other dude is hiding. Because you're right, I don't believe he's.
Nah, he's
I
still
think
in
he's
New
still
Orleans.
in the States.
Still in the state too.
He's still in the state. And whoever, it's people who's helping him.
Yeah.
Somebody has to.
And then eventually they gonna snitch his ass out.
Yeah, because it's $50,000.
Yeah, they're like, look, man, we're gonna get this 50K. You know,
That must mean it's a woman. That's the only way.
baby mama something.
Somebody holding him down.
They would have. No, that's the first people that they went to was baby moms, anybody there.
Somebody holding him down.
Yeah,
Somebody holding him down.
whoever he was cheating on his baby mamas with is the one holding him down.
Somebody know where he at.
Yeah.
There's somebody saying nothing.
Watch when they capture dude. He gonna be in another state. I mean, at this point, somehow, some way, he may have left the state.
Possibly, we'll see.
Yeah, because that dude Antoine,
I think he's still in the state.
I do too,
he
but
might
we'll
be.
see.
I mean, this is one of those times where anything could happen.
Anything's possible right now.
Yeah, man.
You know, a scared guy on the run. You already got 4 bodies on you, so you know you're extremely dangerous.
4, and he has nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so he's definitely high on there. We're going to catch this guy list.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. Okay, well, let's move on to some happier news. Jeff Bezos got married.
Hey, Jeff. Somebody
no.
else to split all that money with now.
Yeah. And it's with Lauren Sanchez. And it was in a 3-day-long Venetian extravaganza in a private ceremony held on a secluded, historic San Giorgio Maggiore Island. I know I probably said that wrong.
Don't have no idea where that is.
It's in
San Giorgio.
It's Venetian. Well, anyway, there was a lot of rich people there. The Kardashians and the Jenners. Bill Gates was there.
I know who wasn't there.
Oprah Winfrey and Usher. Usher was there. Usher, I wonder if he performed.
Probably.
The ceremony ended. They had to change some shit around because they were having protests there, and there were like protesters who were about to fuck up like the reception spot, so they had to move it at the last minute due to security threats. Yeah, it says there were ongoing protests in the city, including the threat of canal blockings and guerrilla-style banners and uncanny Bezos mannequins.
What are they protesting?
They're protesting him. To change, this was so bad they had to change one of the weekend locations at the last minute, and security they had a reception at an island. Like there's this island with like a big ass building, and they said the security and inaccessibility of the island was reportedly a key factor in them changing the location because it wasn't secure enough, and people were mad. And they said, get this was in Venice. So Venice Ministry of Tourism has estimated the celebration will generate almost 68% of the city's annual tourism turnover in just one weekend, So in one weekend off this wedding, they made damn near 70% of what they normally make off of tourism.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
Black Bike Week.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach makes.
I know you ain't about to compare.
I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying. Myrtle Beach makes the majority of their money during Black Bike Week.
Eh?
Not, you know,
I wonder how many fights happened during the Bezos wedding. Gunshots and shit.
none, but
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, this is
And the crazy part, his wife is Aaron.
and Alex wasn't it?
No, not. Oh my God, Tony Gonzalez,
Gonzalez, that was it.
former tight end he played with Atlanta.
I remember
Hawks,
the Chiefs.
Chiefs, Hawks, Atlanta Falcons, all of it. Yeah, Tony Gonzalez' ex-wife. She had a baby. They got a son together.
Wow.
told
Well,
her
she
they-
chose one of the best tight ends to reproduce with.
She secured the
Told you,
bag.
man. Look,
She
motherfucker,
secured the bag
passing
again.
it, I told you they stay around that money. They ain't coming back down to earth, bro. Listen, once they crack that glass ceiling, they is not coming back down to earth.
She really
to fuck
secured
with
the bag this time.
Exactly. She got one of the richest men on the world.
Now, you know why women are excited about this? Because they're happy that Jeff Bezos is dating someone in his age range. They were expecting him to pull a Leonardo DiCaprio and go younger.
I mean, he could if he want to.
Jeff Bezos can get anything he wants,
Anything.
including Diddy.
Anything. Anything.
Stupid.
I'm just saying, if Bezos wanted, you think a Diddy freak off is elaborate. Imagine a Bezos freak off. It'd be like Bill Gates.
Yeah, you can't.
Man, listen, you know them niggas.
Yeah.
Them high end, that's that high society, man. What they got? All they got is money and time on their fucking hands. Shit.
And trying to figure out how to spend all this.
How they
damn
gonna
money.
spend it? So
How we
shit.
gonna spend all this?
We
money?
gonna do some drugs outside. They travel and been all the damn spots on the damn world. They done did everything they can possibly do. What they want to do in their life and shit like that. So it's just fucking and damn just getting high.
Yeah.
That's the only thing to do. Fucking and get high. You do any fucking thing that you want at a snap of a dime. You go get on the damn
but
plane.
what it is different places you're doing this stuff.
Right,
bro.
and that'll make it even better. Cause like, look, nigga, look. What else what else? We at the top of the food chain.
Fucking
We
get high
getting
in
money.
different places.
We can go any fucking way. I done did everything I fucking want to do in life. So the only thing else I can do is fuck and get high.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well,
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So they said the performer is going to be Matteo Bocelli, son of Andrea Bocelli, the Reverend Italian tenor, who performed at both Kim and Kourtney Kardashian's wedding. And he started off by singing some Culture Vulture shit, some Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. Why don't they just say the original artist he stole it from? Why they got to give it to Elvis? I don't know. But that was the party, they said. So it looks like a very big wedding. There was a lot of women there. So if you was a single man there, I hope you got some ass off one of the bridesmaids or something.
weddings I'm not gonna lie. Weddings are one of the easiest places to get
ass.
Yes,
That
yes.
is true.
Like they're just like, here, you want some ass?
Yeah.
That's what weddings are.
Yeah, that is true. That's why I have to stay away from them because it's just.
When's the last time you've been to a wedding? When's the last time you've been to a wedding? Like
It's been a minute.
the last wedding I've been to.
2020 was the last wedding I went to, and it wasn't even for me. It was with somebody I was dating, and she went, and we went to Georgia, and we saw her homegirl. I bet you, I want to put a parlay on if they still married.
My son's aunt got married maybe like 5 years ago. That was the last one I've been to. And before that one, Buddha's wedding was the last one I went to before
Good
that.
Lord. Yeah, that's been a minute. Yeah, well, that was the last wedding I've been to. That's we don't know niggas that get married. That's just
And if I'm right,
What? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. My cousin Aaron got married 2 years ago.
I got
went
it.
to that.
I got to give my brother and sister early anniversary shout out because I believe their anniversary is on the 1st.
Is it?
The 1st is Tuesday. Yeah, so I believe their anniversary is on the 1st. That's the longest couple besides my parents, like actual couple,
Yeah.
like that's in my age range.
Yeah.
They're the longest couple I know.
Yeah, Buddha. Yeah, that's it.
That's the longest couple I know.
Yeah, that's literally the longest couple I know in my age range too. That's it.
Charles said, I couldn't marry a woman who has had a son that will probably grow up and be built like a rock.
One son gonna be
Yeah, that boy
and
gonna
the other
probably be a
son
tight end.
gonna be just smart as hell. So I mean, I guess you got the best of both worlds in that.
Yeah.
Can she have kids? How old is she? I hope she. Yeah,
You could. I'm sure she could still have kids if she
wait.
wanted to.
I don't know. How old is this woman? Hold on. Now I gotta find out how old is Lauren Sanch. Is that her name? Because
I believe like
now, I mean, of course, she can have the means to reproduce. 55. Oh yeah, that pussy dried up. Yeah. Bezos just go wild, man. Ain't nothing coming out that.
I'm sure he don't
Not babies,
want
not
look,
blood.
if they want it, they can have it.
Oh yeah. I'm
If
sure.
they want one, they can have one.
So yeah, she's 55. Bezos, 61. Oh yeah. He stayed in his age range. Bezos, you could have got something younger. But Bezos, does he have kids?
I think so.
Bezos, oh yeah, he has one child. So.
Everybody doesn't want young though. Everybody
Yeah, they do, but-
everybody doesn't want young.
I don't want young, but I feel like I gotta go that way.
Everybody,
You will if you want to procreate.
Not even procreate, just to get along with. Women my age are miserable for no reason at all.
Yeah, some of
there,
yeah,
there. I ain't
feel-
gonna
yeah,
lie.
it's
There's a
lot.
couple
It's
of chicks out there that aren't happy.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't know them. They're the ones
There's
that
a
are
couple
already in
of chicks,
relationships.
but I do know some that are good. Like but there are some that are not happy.
Right.
I'm like, what you so mad about? You don't even cook.
Yeah,
you ain't burning yourself on the stove or
I'm
nothing.
not
They mad
hanging-
about something that happened over 30 years ago.
I'm not hanging around long enough to figure out to try to help you with
Right.
your problem
we ain't,
either.
We ain't in our damn 20s and teens, nigga. We in 50.
I tell
You better have that shit figured
I tell
out.
every woman I meet, come happy, and I can compliment your
Yeah,
happiness.
exactly.
Yeah.
But don't expect me to be the soul
Bring you out of your
bringing
misery
your happiness.
and shit.
I can't do
This
that.
ain't no motherfucking goddamn good times.
You're
motherfucker.
putting too
Shit,
much
we
stress on-
struggling and shit.
You're putting too much stress on me because
My
I
mental
provide
and
my
shit.
happiness, you provide your happiness, and then we complement each other.
I can sit here and show you the damn roadmap and you don't believe it because you shell shocked for what happened in the previous relationship. I can't do nothing with that. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You fucking me up.
Yeah. Cool. Well, much love to Bezos and his wife.
Yeah.
You know, they'll hopefully be elderly together because
Yep.
they old right now. And yeah, Bezos can go wild in that thing because she's straight. This kind of leads to the next topic. I noticed there was a mention of Oprah at that wedding previously, and Keke Palmer mentioned Oprah. So Keke Palmer has kind of been making waves through the internet with a interview that she had done recently. What was this on? It was on a recent interview on Sirius XM with Bevy Smith. And she was discussing her dating life, and I have that clip ready.
Nobody cares when a man finds his woman under a bridge.
No, I live for Stedman, but you know that Stedman has for many decades been the butt of jokes.
Yeah, because of gender rules.
Yes.
People feel like because she's Oprah Winfrey, who did y'all want her to be with, Barack Obama? That doesn't make sense, guys.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like that's the weird thing about powerful women, what we're left with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm supposed to find love, but he's got to have a certain amount of money, and then, but at the same time, I got to still be like, guys, what's going on
Yeah.
here? Why am I? Nobody cares when a man finds his woman under a bridge. No one cares.
No one
No one cares. And I frankly don't care if that's who you love, that's who you love. Why do we
Yes.
have to deal with that?
Yes.
That to me makes no sense. I ain't never, look, my daddy told me a man needs to treat you right.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to handle and service you in whatever way you need service. Let me
Yes.
tell you one thing that Kiki don't need.
Money.
From nobody. Now, if you want to give a little something and get my
Right.
nails done, something
Right.
cute,
But
I'm
shouldn't
fine
they
with
do
it.
that? But shouldn't they make that effort,
Yeah.
Kiki? Because
But you might still look like Stedman to the world, and that's a great role.
and that's a great role.
Because if I was married to, I was with Oprah Winfrey, she
Right. You just be sitting up there waiting.
chilling.
Yeah,
and Stedman,
chillaxing.
by the way, Stedman's esteemed.
Yeah.
Stedman
And he
has a
is.
whole
He
career.
does
He's
have a
just
whole
not
life.
Oprah.
Yeah,
So the
exactly.
fact that how dare people compare you to your lover?
Yeah.
I hate that Oprah had to endure that.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate that she
Yeah.
had to endure that.
It's
and I
true.
hate that Stedman had to endure that. And that's why I said what I said, because you had a good role. Mm-hmm. You were supposed to be my Stedman.
Yes.
Come on.
He was.
When I played that for my dad said, yeah, because why did he want to be Stedman?
So,
You know what I get from that shit right there?
what's that?
You notice it's one key thing that I heard that she was talking about what her dad was saying.
What's that?
Dad was saying treat you right. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he's pretty much hand and foot for you. But I ain't hear nothing about he, providing nothing like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
so what that leads me to believe, which please correct me if I'm wrong. Daddy, I believe Mama was making more in the household.
No, Kiki's parents were both broke. She mentioned in a Club Shay Shay interview that her parents never made more than $40,000 annually when they were raising her, and she said she was making that per show once her career got started as a kid. So her parents weren't rich at all.
No, I'm not saying they was rich, but I'm just saying because how she take on what I think on men is it's like a power struggle. You feel what I'm saying? So Stedman, for instance, Oprah and Stedman, naturally Oprah has more money than Stedman. So she's the power broker in the relationship. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, Kiki, in other words, what I get her take is if you ain't got more money than you, she don't respect you. Or she treats you at a certain level.
I didn't hear that.
I mean, I believe that could be a possibility just based on her interactions with her baby daddy when they were together, that dude Darius.
I mean, it just all depends on the person.
Then why she saying, why won't you be my Stedman?
Well, the truth is nobody with Kiki's money is going to deal with her. So she knows as a woman with means, she's going to have to find a man that doesn't make as much as she does. And
Or he makes more
and
than her.
really that should be the way it is, because what it is women that are middle class are the ones setting these rules. So you got women making 40, 60,000 looking for a man that makes double that. But the mindset has to change once you get into that top 10%, 1% of ownership, because you're never going to find an equal if it's all about money.
And that's the problem. See, I've never gone into a relationship with a chick worried about what she made. As long as she had a job or had an income coming in, when you have money like that, that's not a problem. It should be about the person. The person who's going to treat you the best, who's going to do these things to make sure that you're taken care of and stuff like that. Money plays too big of an issue in relationships to me.
Well,
You see
no,
what
for
I'm saying?
women. Not for women.
mean,
as a
number
man,
one,
it gives you freedom. As a woman, it confines you. Because as a woman now, you're limited people based on how much you make, whereas a man, more of the menu is spread out.
But I think for women, like, if that's they need to stop with that. Find somebody that makes you happy. Fuck if he got money or not, because that's everybody's not going to have money. But there are people that can make you happy that ain't got money.
But I think, me personally, I from my take, it's just my take, my opinion, that she wouldn't have an issue with someone making more than her.
She wouldn't, but
I believe that's why I said if you ain't making more than her, there's a certain type of respect she has for you.
yeah. I mean, it might be a possibility.
Nah,
but
that's what I get. Because if she's stressing you, why can't you be my Stedman? Between Stedman and Oprah has more money than Stedman.
well, Oprah ain't gonna find nobody with Oprah money to date because Oprah is
Like
No,
that.
I'm just saying. We just said for how long they've been together.
yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? They've been together for over 20 something.
So I'm saying she probably took money out the equation because she got all of it.
Well, see, the only
And then you just start. Well, I didn't mean to cut you off, but then you're just looking at the person you're dealing with. Does he make me happy? Because, like I say, money's out there, bills, all that stuff is out the way. Now I'm just looking for somebody who can compliment me and make me feel good and stuff like that. And I think that's what she got.
You got rich women living up to middle class and lower middle class and women in poverty's values, because that's who are setting these rules. Ain't nobody making $250,000 expecting to find, a $500,000. If she meets a man making half what she makes, it's fine. If she meets a man making $125K, that's fine. But there's some middle class broke bitch saying there's a problem.
And Dub's right. It's the chicks who got
the broke one setting the rules. That's all it is. And now all these other women got to play by the broke women's rules that they set. So, yeah, if somebody's on Section 8, now she's got this mindset about money has to be associated with dating. And that's fine in her world, but now she expects other women with means to, abide by those same rules.
When they don't. Those rules don't bother them no more.
Yeah, dating isn't always a come-up for a woman. Well, not in that regard.
Yeah, there are some women out there who are doing their thing and making their bread.
We reported plenty of them, and they use dating as a come up.
Oh no, but don't get us wrong. There are those, but then there's the other side of that too. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say all women are just out for the come up, because that's not true. Niggas is out for the come up too.
Say that. That's not what I'm saying.
But
I'm just saying
I'm
talking about the ones we reported on.
Oh yeah, the ones that we reported. Yeah, of course they're looking for the come up. That they use the box to come up. We see what they're doing to come up.
So Charles wrote, I think she was saying that as a woman, if you don't have money, then money is what you're looking for. But if you have money, then you're looking for someone with money and income, and that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically it.
When a woman has money, she don't care.
She don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you broke women wouldn't know about that, because y'all are the ones setting these rules, trying to turn dating into some damn lottery.
And that's why
everybody's screwed up.
That's why nobody can find who they're looking for.
No, it's not even those women that are the problem. It cracks me up to see these women doing good listening to broke women. If you making $100K, you find a dude that makes you happy, that's not a financial burden on you. If you make $80,
find a guy that goes to works 40 hours a week, 40 plus hours, works hard, and does his thing. That's what you're looking for.
Exactly. So stop worrying about once you make, because that's how I look at it as a man. Once I make a certain amount of money, I don't care what my woman makes, as long as I know I got me in case shit goes left. That's all I care about.
Like I said, I've never worried about what a woman made. Just having income coming in. That's it.
My only concern is being able to make sure I can take care of myself, or if I do reproduce, maybe having enough money to pay off all the child support at once like Ann Edwards did. That's kind of my dream as well. But, yeah, that's what Kiki Palmer had to say, which kind of delves into the next topic I had, which was academics. Academics kind of made a statement that I think was an exaggeration, but I also felt there was truth to it.
There is truth to this statement.
He said that 70% of black women are alcoholics, and I have that clip lined up.
We need some upstanding black women to give some good representation of black women, because when we think of black women these days, we think of bitches like this, bro. Bitch got a whole fucking tattoo on the side of her face. Look how she dressed. You see them in the club, they dressing like wrestlers in the bodysuit. You're like, man, could y'all look womanly, wear a dress, fucking heels? Do these hoes wear sundresses anymore? This is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think 70% of black women are straight alcoholics now. This outside culture have them turn to alcoholics. And alcohol really ruin women more than men. Ruins both, but women, it does crazy shit. Look at her now. If you look at her before, she was so beautiful. Bro, this is... And she's in her 20s. She's like 25 or something. But nigga, she looks like she's 40. Washed. Shorty got one tooth. What's up with the baby hair placement here? I be looking at these chicks. They be placing it in a way it look like a helmet on their head. I'm like, what the hell? Just take off your NFL helmet, girl. I'm gonna keep it a beat with you. When I heard Offset fucked her, I'm like, yo, Offset must have been really bored. She is washed. However, nigga, when you in a toxic situation with somebody, it don't even matter what they look like, bro. You're going through motions. So, I think Blueface still loves her. They obviously have a kid together. This is Charles Barkley Jr. right here. And yeah, they doing good. You know what I mean? But I look at her and I'm like, I don't think she understands that. Like, yo, in your 20s, you're supposed to still look bad.
So that was academics making some hyperbole, but there's some truth into that when he was saying there's a lot of black women whose lives revolve around drinking. And I can say that I've been around and dated plenty of women that were luscious.
Like I say, I know some women that will drink dudes smooth under the table.
And I've dated them.
I've dated a couple too that just drink them smooth under the table. I know women who like to have a nice adult beverage. And you see it all the time, especially if you on Facebook, stuff like that. They get ready to go out with the girls to get drinks.
Yeah.
They going out to get drinks.
Their lives revolve around drinking. I've dated women just like that. And everywhere we went, we had to stop at Total Wine on the way home, or the ABC store.
Now I'm not opposed to it. Just know your limits.
Yeah, I mean, I drink. I don't have an issue with women drinking, but there's always a limit. And quantity. I also see how often you drink.
I don't want to see you drinking every day.
Oh, yeah,
I don't want to see you drinking every day.
I've dated women that drink every day.
A couple times a day. Like, yeah, I've dated those, but now I'm older. That's not a turn on to me like that. Like, you always having to get
stupid lit.
That's not a turn on to me.
I hear that's a lot of women when they go out. That's what their nights revolve around is alcohol.
Want to get drunk and fall in the bushes. That's the saying.
I mean, just everything they do.
They go to sleep. They get they buzz on.
Another thing he was saying was with the tattoos. Like, I love a woman with ink. I'm not gonna lie, but that in your face and we're going too far
That's
now.
that new gen.
Like, got it on the side of your head and stuff. This too much.
I'm not a fan of a lot of tattoos on a woman. I feel like the same way people say, do you put bumper stickers on luxury cars?
Yeah.
You're like, no.
The wrestler outfit he was talking about,
That's true too.
That's true too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these chicks have forgot how to dress.
Yeah, they dress like Mr. Perfect.
They don't know how to dress.
They don't take the time to
stylize and be feminine.
What he was saying about the baby hair and stuff, I hate that.
Yeah.
I despise that.
Yeah.
That is so like
you're a grown woman. Where your edges at?
My
We
gosh.
know you gotta stretch. Like, what we doing?
I despise that. That's a definite no. The face tattoo and the baby haircut. No.
Yeah.
No.
Egregious.
No.
Okay. Now, one thing I've been seeing lately, on my Facebook feed, I'm friends with lots and lots of DJs who play at lots and lots of clubs. One thing they've been commenting on, they're saying these new crop of young girls are musty.
I did see that. I think I saw that. I think I saw that. Same shit.
Okay, so it wasn't just
trail rides or something like that.
Not just trail rides, just anywhere. They just musty. That's what I've been reading.
No, I'm gonna stop you there. It's not just chicks. It's dudes too.
I'm sure it's dudes, but
dudes too.
I ain't going around dudes smelling them and shit.
Right.
I'm used to being around women and smelling them.
Just have good hygiene. If you know you're getting ready to go out, it's a good, especially in this weather. In this weather, you
summer.
need to be a little bit more protective of when you go out, and you need to bathe and put some deodorant on.
Yeah. And women produce what, 50% less sweat than men, so you should be 50% less musty, just off the course.
But there is nothing more disgusting and sickening than a woman that stinks.
Yeah, smelly women are
A
the worst.
woman that stinks, oh man.
Yeah,
that'll turn your stomach. Is that what you were jumping about?
Yeah.
Like,
Smelly women.
because you remember that one was like,
yeah.
Damn.
yeah,
Women
there's
ain't supposed to smell
that
nothing.
shit.
Yeah,
You probably be smelling good.
to
Where I'll be there and they want to just kiss you all over, like slowly.
Women ain't been allowed to stink for over 100 years.
and like you're saying, when you go in the club, be mindful now. You get ready to go in this sweat box.
Yeah.
The club about to be 115 degrees easily. Everybody in there dancing, you
All up
sweating
on
a
each
mile
other,
a
sweating
minute.
on each other and shit.
You know that you might get a little bit funky. So
They get on up in that bathroom and tighten up.
look.
Yeah, so I'm really, really definitely getting the view academics is pointing out, of course, because it's
And I
academics.
hate academics.
Yeah,
I
because
despise
it's a situation of the right message, wrong messenger.
But he right.
But he's definitely right.
He's right.
I'm really concerned about this group of women's drinking problems because that's all I've been around for the past couple years is women who just drink a lot.
But you associate drinking with a
women.
good time. That's unfortunately what it is.
It's kind of jacked up because I let her drink. You know what I'm saying? And I get, what's the situation now? Because, with all this Me Too shit, everybody has to be cautious now because of when women drink and shit.
Well, I just believe that a woman should know her limit, like especially at our age. At our old ages, like you should know, how many drinks you can have.
It all depends on your status because if you have access to money, you don't have to work as much. What is there to do? You can drink and get high. That's it. Shit.
But
that's not everybody.
That's not. I know a lot of chicks that don't drink or smoke either.
All the chicks I deal with have ass.
First of all, I didn't say everybody's doing that. What I'm saying is for the ones that do, right? Yeah. It all depends on their lifestyle. Some of them, they ain't got to work as hard. Their lives is pretty much set. So the only fuck they do is they drink their wine, they get their buzz on. I mean, that's all they got. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean,
But I mean, what are the rules now? Because what it is, the only reason I bring this up, I saw an interview with I want to say it was Trevor Noah in a recent interview where he mentioned that he had brought a woman to his crib and she had said, "I drink a whole lot." And he said that scared him to the point where he called an Uber
and sent her home.
Yeah, and sent her home. So he was like, "You're too drunk." And I've had chicks sloshed at my crib, and I've never done anything without their consent.
That's the thing. I can't stand a chick who gets that trash. And that's so trash. You just passed out. That's not cool. That's not attractive. That's none of that.
And that part right there, I agree with y'all 100%. There should be limitations. You shouldn't be trash. But the ones that social, casual drinkers, I mean, this is what they do. They had a little routine. They get a little buzz on at 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? They get off work, whatever. They had get a little wine on. Hey.
But that's growth though. See, when I was 20, girl, go ahead, drink all that. Throw all that back.
Women would deal with their drinking problems by drinking more.
Now that I've grown and matured, you might want to slow down just a little bit.
We got Madam Sincere in the chat. I'm sick of the bodysuits myself.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't like talking down. I don't like talking down on women.
It's not talking down. They talk down on us.
Yeah, it's just a
I
level.
didn't dress like a young nigga no more.
Right.
I just feel like
sometimes
femininity has been lost in translation somewhere
because they're trying to have the best of both worlds. They want this new age trend. They want to embrace feminism. And they want traditional roles. Only difference is the traditional roles is flipped. That's what they want.
Nah.
Yeah, you got a gen out there that's like that. And I'm gonna tell you when it started. When the financial housing crisis happened in 2007, when a lot of women was working and a lot of men lost their jobs and they was at home, the women was the breadwinners. A lot of those gen right there coming up, they looking for men to be that stay at home type dads. There's quite a few of them I've come across, especially in around the age between 26 and 35.
26 and 35 is the age you saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a possibility. What does it mean when a chick is drunk all the time and that's the only time y'all smash? She don't ever smash sober.
Well, that means she just want to be blacked out and don't even want to be dead.
That's a turn off. After a while, if we ain't having sober sex, because the chemistry's just like that.
She don't want to be no part of it.
She don't want. Yeah, she just doing it just to smash. Yeah. She's just drinking just to smash.
She just getting wasted and just be out of it.
To give an excuse.
Yeah.
To get ready to do what she about to do.
Exactly.
That's all that is.
Yeah, well, alcoholism is at a very high clip.
It is. It is.
Sisters need to be weary of that. I think that a lot of them are drinking due to depression because of this whole
I can see
shit
that
going
too.
on with people like poor women telling them that they need to date men who make double their money when they already make good money. So
Madison says that she needs help.
yeah. A lot of sisters do need help. They don't understand that they're alcoholics and shit. But yeah. Well, I wanted to move on to the next topic because DDG is back in the news as he has gained permission to see his kid. That's crazy. He was granted permission to visit his kid while Holly is in Italy, I guess, working.
Congratulations.
That's just weird to me that you get permission to see your child
Congratulations.
for no real reason.
Right. Then if you was somebody that didn't want to have no
But
parts
that's
of your
what
child,
that's
they
what
making
happens
you-
when you're on the outs with the that's what happened when you and the child's mother are on the out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
you gotta have permission to see.
You got
see your
permission.
child.
If y'all
That's
were cool,
crazy.
you could just shoot
Yeah,
on in
come
there.
by
shoot
anytime
back.
you
But,
want.
you
Y'all
also
ain't
gotta
cool.
understand she ain't right. She ain't right.
Well-
Now he shouldn't have had a baby with her, but what?
A, are you trying to, because as the guy, are you trying to make it right? You made it work. I think
He
you made it
can't.
work.
He had to leave her ass. She crazy.
And that's cool. But nevertheless, you still have to still try to work out to be reasonable sounding parents, regardless of if
She's
the
the one
relationship
causing drama.
doesn't work out. Well, what happened? They're still young. And
Yeah.
my boy, didn't he just come out with his girl? So now it's really petty.
I
see what
mean,
I'm
the
saying?
thing about it is, this is where everybody like to run to social media and put your business on social media. Number one, you're giving any and everybody an opinion about whatever's going on in your household.
And then the problem is exasperated because now everybody got an opinion on
taking
your
sides.
situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it looks like he has a lot of strict guidelines to follow. One of those is that he needs court-approved supervision. And both his and Holly Bailey's legal team were responsible for finding some in Rome. So they had to go, I guess, in Italy and find a supervisor that was court-approved overseas. And they were only able to find a therapist. And so I guess the singer and actress did find detectives and private security through local authorities in the city. So they're offering to find a nanny and personal security.
So now the nigga he only can be around his kids with
Security.
With security. Like, listen to how that sound. You these are your children, and you have to have you got to have security around your kids. But
Yeah.
again, if this man didn't want to have nothing to do with his children, would she be using them armed security to make him be a daddy?
Nah, but I mean, at the end of the day, it just boils down to get back in her good graces and get y'all.
You can't get in the good graces.
Stop.
How can you
Okay.
get a good
Stop.
grace
Okay.
with some shit like that?
Stop.
Go for it.
Stop. These are young kids. How old are they? 26?
20, yeah.
They're young kids.
They ain't young.
Y'all-
He passed 26.
I
She
mean,
had
they're
a
still
gun.
kids.
You
but
almost
they're
auntie
young.
and uncle.
Y'all have a child.
Yeah.
Y'all have to come up with a better way than this. Now we're just going because people's feelings are hurt and stuff like that. And now it's just snowballed into this big thing now. You see what I'm saying? Y'all have let this situation get out, and now it's snowballed into
Was
this
she
huge
one
thing.
online crying and shit about this whole situation?
They both been online.
but
I'm
then
sure
she
about
not
this.
initiated first though.
That's why, like you say,
She initiated. She's the one who ran to the internet.
Exactly.
First thing, like, we have to stop running to the internet.
Crying wolf.
We just have to stop running to the internet, putting everybody in your business, because then the people who are Haley's fans, boom, hate them.
But then he sit here, but he showing text messages of her ass
and-
crazy as fuck.
Crazy as catching.
Both of them are. They're both.
Hey, but he's showing receipts though.
Yeah.
They're
He's showing
both-
receipts how
they
toxic
are
her
both
ass is though.
Toxic, and they need to grow up. That's just that. They're both toxic, and they need to grow up.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a kid caught in the middle.
Right.
So one of the issues they're having is they're saying that the nanny shouldn't be allowed to testify in court hearings. So they're having the nanny, I guess, testify in court hearings, and the judge denied that request to DDG's team. So the nanny is still capable of testifying if Holly's team requests her to. So DDG has to be careful with everything he does and says around the kid during the supervision.
We got a comment in the chat.
Yeah, Charles said, I don't think people see how crazy this is, but if a mother having to get granted permission to see her children, then everybody would go nuts, which I fully agree with.
Oh, yeah, they totally would.
Yeah, so for supervision, Holly's nanny and security will be there to watch over DDG during his visitation schedule. He'll be able to see his child from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Holly tried to push for 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., but the judge was like, nah. No overnight hours are permitted.
No overnight hours.
Yeah, the two sides have to share locations, no social media postings. And they're dictating where DDG can go with his son. Both parties agree to tell each other where they're...
That's some crazy ass shit, man. Real talk.
Both parties agree to tell each other where their hotels are. However, he cannot exceed a 3-mile radius. DDG is not allowed to post on social media, whereas Holly can.
Like, you see what I'm saying? That shit whack as fuck.
Yeah.
Like he's some type of serial killer.
Yeah. His mother will be in Italy as well, despite his ex's demands to not have her present. As for future important dates regarding this custody battle, a remote mediation will take place August 8th, and their next court appearance will be for the both of them on August 20th. So.
She is a trip, bro. That shit crazy. You sat here.
That is wild.
You have a baby with this man, and you got all these restrictions around him as if he's some type of creep.
And he's not even a danger. I don't even think that she filed false claims against him of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so the judge, I guess, took her side and granted her an order of protection, and that's why he has to go through all this. Now, DDG is pissed because I saw a video of him earlier, which I tried to get queued up in time, but he was saying how his next kid, he's going to go to a fertility clinic because he was sounding like Ebony K. Williams in this blog. I was like, nah, bro, don't give up on hope like that. Plus, pussy's too good for you to be planning children and shit. Everybody knows it just happens. But, yeah.
But then again, like I said, this is the part I've been trying to say. Like, you can't, it's no foolproof as finding, like, which one is right for you. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, he had a kid with her, you know what I'm saying? And she toxic as hell.
Oh, she's
super toxic. She's super toxic. So it's like, damn, like, what a nigga got to do? You know what I'm saying? If I haven't heard him out here cheating on her, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like I said, as far as what I've been getting is she's got some issues.
Yeah, she's got issues. She's controlling all that, and I'm sure he saw that. You know, I'm pretty sure he saw the red flags and just proceeded anyway because he was too young to figure shit out, or maybe he was enamored with the fact that she was a Disney princess. I don't know, but I know he's going to be scarred from it, and I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls an Ann Edwards. And it's just like, nah, you can just raise him by yourself. I'll pay whatever you tell me to pay, or the judge tells me to pay. But I could see him doing that. But I think he can't do that just because too many people are watching him. And I'm pretty sure his career would probably go downhill if he abandoned his child. So I don't think that's going to be a possibility, too. I think he just has to put up with it until the child's old enough to know better. But still in the dating world, we had Nia Long. There was an old video that resurfaced of Nia Long explaining her time back in high school when she had a 30-year-old boyfriend. I got that clip.
I wasn't the girl that ever went to prom. Like, my boyfriend was 30 when I was in high school. I know my mother was crazy, but you know what? I would never ever let I mean that in a good way. Like, she was an artist. She was like, well, if that's who you love, baby. And he was so good to me and kind and like, you right? And he did it the right way.
Like, what's the right way?
There is no right way.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So you see how women talk about stuff like that and they getting passes and shit like that. They're not getting condemned for it. Let a man say some shit like that. Like,
What, he dated an older woman in high school?
or the opposite. He dated a young girl and she,
Oh, that's creepy.
exactly.
Yeah, but like you gotta, what time limit is this? Like when, like did a lot of this, the dating thing has changed the further along we've gotten, and how
Has it?
yeah.
We just talked. Everybody got
definitely has changed.
everybody got opinion. Shannon Sharp what he did.
But that's now. If he would have did this 20, 30 years ago,
Nobody would have cared.
Yeah, it's now. Things have changed now. So she said a 30-year-old was.
Well, Jamie Foxx had somebody that was in their 20s.
So she's saying a 30-year-old was courting her.
Between the ages of 16 and
16,
18.
18.
Okay, that was 20, 30 years ago, maybe.
About 30,
Possibly.
about 30 years ago.
So, and then her mom knew about it and stuff.
Yeah,
like
her
that.
mom
Like,
approved.
It was
I wonder what her father thought.
as crazy as that. You know, her mom approved stuff like that. Back in, and I hate that because it's like dating myself. It's like back in those days, age was kind of, nobody really cared about age like that.
Yes, it did.
Not really. Back in those days, we were
yes, it
okay.
did.
That's like boom.
You just didn't get admonished.
So listen, that's like the
Cancel culture wasn't around.
that's like the kid who's in high school, maybe 9th grade, but his girlfriend's still in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Ninth and
13, 14.
That's not too far.
That's like the guy who graduated is a
Now,
sophomore
if you just
in
said a
college,
senior
and his
in
girlfriend's
high school and
is
she's in the 8th grade, some shit
the
like
guy
that.
who graduated high school, he's a sophomore in college. His girlfriend's a senior
Say it again.
Wait. Guy who's a sophomore in
in
college.
college. His girlfriend's a senior, but they've been dating since high school, though. You see what I'm saying? They it's only what, a 3-year gap between that.
That's like him, her. That's
So,
like
say like
that's
they
just like him
started
his senior year and her freshman year in high school.
Senior year, freshman year in high
Yeah,
school.
that's plausible.
Yeah, that's a
what I'm
3-year
saying.
age.
You see
difference.
what I'm saying? So back then, now we make it more because now.
But here's the thing I'm saying.
That's a no go.
How many of these girls' parents knew they were dating older men like that? Nia Long's mother knew.
And then
approved.
And then on top of that, you gotta look
But
at
I'm
their
saying that was
you gotta look at
more
their lifestyle too.
Understand, but now you say like a junior in high school girl is dating a sophomore in college. No, we don't approve of that. We don't approve of that.
Yeah, it's the same. We just said senior in high school, senior in high school and freshman.
A senior and a freshman in high school, you said?
Yes.
So
the
if,
boy
if,
or the
if she goes in, if she's a senior in high school,
So
that
that
would
mean-
make him a senior in college.
Yeah.
No. Well, junior going into a senior.
But there's still that she's in high school, but he's further along in college.
Yeah,
but
because
they
he-
started dating in high school.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still, like I said, we still don't. It still goes on now. We still don't have no problem with that.
Well, now we do.
I think we have a problem with that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a problem with that.
If he's a sophomore or junior in college and she's a
And still in high school, and she's in high
senior-
school.
and she's a senior in college, and they started dating when he was a senior in college and she was a freshman. Where's the hypocrisy in that? If you allow them to start dating in high school and he transitioned in college and she's a senior and she's a senior in high school, you would kind of want to keep that going on. You wouldn't want her. That's what she used to. If you find it acceptable for them to do it in high school when he was in high school, how is it not acceptable that he's almost graduated?
I'm just saying. Back
still
then,
Social norms.
back then, yes. Now, not so much. Am I right? Am I right or wrong?
What?
But the social,
with the social norms, like you could have done it back then.
but right
Possibly.
now they still hold on.
But
But
now you can't do that.
People depending on your status, and even in some countries, it's, status, it doesn't matter. They they align their kids up with certain people to make sure that.
But we're talking about this one.
I
this
understand
country.
that, and this, yes, we are, and it's still the same. If you're sitting here, if I allow my daughter to date somebody, and he was a senior and she was a freshman in college, then in high school, then they still had that 3-year apart. He's in college. She's a senior in high school,
and he's a junior.
And he's a junior in college. I don't have a problem with that because again, if I allow them to do it while he was in high school, the difference is he's almost out of college. She's about to go into college. So worst case scenario, right? If she gets pregnant, he's in line to be able to take care of her. Again, we go back to what we was talking about over a month. Do you want her with a YN who ain't got the means to do shit and they free to play? Or somebody, but this is somebody that you already pre-approved while he was in high school. That's all I'm just saying. You pre-approved while he was in high school. He's almost out of college.
Yeah, okay. Well, the point is, in this situation with Nia Long, Nia Long is dealing with a 30-year-old man as an underage minor with her mother approving it.
Exactly.
So, I mean, this kind of...
That's a 15-year gap.
That kind of lets you know, how Nia Long was, especially on that date she had with Chris Rock. The way she talked to Chris Rock at the end when Chris asked if he was seeing anybody else, and she said, no, but I can get D when I need it. That's what she said, and then Chris Rock said it turned her off so bad he never dealt with her again.
Yeah, so in the chat, Charles said, was high school boyfriend from Chicago and nicknamed the Pied Piper of R&B. LOL.
But trust me, if you're our age, you know how that rock. We were in high school watching her leave with him.
Yeah, exactly. I know when I was in high school, in middle school, I seen older guys coming to get the young girl. If they had any type of body on them, big ass titties, they was on them.
Her leaving with his old ass.
Madam Sincere said if they were meeting. If they were just
meeting, it might be different. But if they have been dating, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, exactly. They was already dating in high school, and he's transitioned to college, and she's a senior in high school, and they still maintain that relationship. It's no keep it going. Matter of fact, I would want her to be with him because he's about to be financially secure, and if anything pop up
from college,
no, if he's a junior in college, he's only got like a year left before he's beginning his career. Meanwhile, she's going into college.
College don't work like that no more. Niggas don't just leave college and hop into career.
It all depends on what field you are.
What you say, just because you graduated does not mean you done hit the lottery.
I mean, it all depends because
on the field.
It all depends on the field.
If you're a chemistry major,
right? Some people have jobs lined up when they leave out of college.
That is true.
So it all depends.
But if you're going to be a teacher,
you got a job as soon as you get out.
Yeah. You do.
As soon as you leave. Matter of fact, they already got a job waiting on you.
But you said we know you ain't getting no money, real money.
No. Right. But like I said, it all depends on what you're going for. So it depends on what your degree in and stuff like that.
But 15 years is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but like I said, everybody when she said it though, it was giggles and shit like that.
Yeah, because them women in the audience understand they was there too.
Was there.
Of course, but let that be a man talking about it.
Oh yeah.
You can't do that. It's the same energy is not being.
Boy, you would have been scored.
Right, exactly. You was a pervert. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
30.
Yeah, you 30 years old talking to 15-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Her mom let me talk to her like that makes it. Her mom let me do it like she need to be under the jail too.
What did her mom look like? Because the boyfriend might have been trying to get a 2-for-1.
Right, exactly. So what I'm saying,
we know there's not a man in the house if she's dating a 30-year-old.
Bruh. That's what I was saying.
If a 30-year-old guy got on TV,
he could not talk about that shit.
If R. Kelly
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Shout out Charles.
Yeah,
R.
Charles,
Kelly locked up right now for that same shit.
Can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like The energy ain't the same, man. Women
Definitely
be
ain't the
pass
same.
like a motherfucker, boy.
Yeah.
Nobody said it was wrong.
No, they were too busy laughing.
They laughing,
having a good
they
time.
agreeing with
It
the
was
child. I did the same thing too.
Yep, that's all they talk about is how they did the same thing.
Oh shit.
Girls will be girls. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on because T-Pain was in the news. I guess it all started last week when Drake walked out with Morgan Wallen at his concert, and I guess Drake is kind of positioning himself now towards a MAGA audience or maybe a country music audience. I don't know too much about Morgan Wallen.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's
Canadian.
right. I've heard if this is the same guy, the country singer that I'm thinking about, they was saying that he said some racist BS.
It wouldn't surprise me.
But, yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like what happened was Drake ended up walking out, I guess, with him on stage when he did a show last week, to which, the cacklings have been about that Drake is trying to do. Well, I don't know. How can a crossover artist cross over again?
Simple.
Drake is going
Crossover heavy.
Yeah.
Big crossover.
Crossover.
Yeah, well, this led to T-Pain, who was doing an interview to discuss and call Drake out. I got that clip.
The one thing I learned from Drake, and here's the crazy thing. One thing I learned from Drake, but one thing he hasn't followed his own words. Mm-hmm. Drake said, I want to be one of them people that gracefully bow out and not get kicked out.
Yeah.
I have ever since said,
Yeah.
you really thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all when I drop. Don't worry about it. I'll just drop something.
Yeah.
Let me know if you heard it.
Yeah.
Drake is like, no, listen. Okay, I got another one. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Y'all didn't like that one? Okay, real quick. Just one more. Let me try one more. And then he's the person that he said, he didn't want to be. Mm-hmm. And I learned that from him. Like when he said that, I want to gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. I was like, you know what? I'm out this bitch.
This is live shows now.
I'm out this motherfucker. I'm not trying to impress y'all niggas. Y'all niggas don't give a fuck about live or die.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I keep trying to impress y'all niggas? I'm out. I'm done. I did everything that I was trying to do. I changed the game. I made a sound. What else? What else?
You literally can't. It's only even if you make a hit today,
it won't even. That's just normal.
Yes.
It's just normal. It's like, yeah, that's okay.
Well, shit.
Cool song.
I'll let you talk. I'll let you bring it in, and then I'll give my thoughts on this.
Well, T-Pain did bring this up on the Crash Dummies podcast, and just basically that was his response to Drake coming out with Morgan Wallen on stage. And it was just basically T-Pain saying Drake is
Doing too much.
Yeah, he's doing a little too much, trying hard to stay relevant. Mm-hmm. And Drake has suffered some major blows and battles, from the past couple of years between Pusha T, exposing him as a father, and Kendrick Lamar just exposing him.
For culture vulture.
Yeah, so Drake has taken some heavy hits in the past couple years.
He's 1 and 2 against the dark skinned guys.
And when he drops, he's going to have a smash hit. Like he still has fans.
Really?
This is still Drake. Drake is still going to do good.
I don't know.
I'm sure Drake is going to do good. Drake has a fan base.
He got a fan base.
He's got a huge fan base.
He got a fan base,
and the ones who trust me, Drake come up with what they call a bop. If Drake drop a bop, people have very short memories. They'll remember that Kendrick got him, but Drake got a bop, and it don't matter no more.
Nah, I don't think that, bro.
Well, now Drake did respond via Twitter. He said, "This guy has always had resentment for me. You can hear it every time he speaks on my name." So that was Drake's response to what T-Pain said.
And I don't know if Drake's done. Like, I don't believe Drake is over. You have to give him a chance to see if he's over yet, and I don't believe he's over.
The point is, though, I mean, if you really want to be honest, I mean, everybody's saying the same shit.
What are they saying?
They saying he's done. He got to.
Who said that?
What?
Who said Drake hasn't dropped nothing yet for you to say like Drake's done?
He did a party next door.
Yeah.
That shit did pretty decent.
Now, T-Pain did speak on that, and he felt that the Party Next Door and Drake's collab album, Some Sexy Songs for You, was made up of songs that didn't make other projects. So they were just saying it's comprised of throwaway tracks.
Like, wait until Drake says he has an album coming. Now, if Drake album don't do shit, then he's done. But until I see it for myself, Drake is not done.
Well,
Kendrick has had a great run, but Drake is not done yet. I don't think. We'll see.
I don't necessarily believe Drake is done, but I mean, Drake has been out successful for what, 07, 08? So he's had
been successful for a long time.
15-year run. So, I mean, I'm just talking about
And it could be
rapper.
Drake fatigue. Like, you might be right. Like, people just tired of Drake. Like, you go on runs. Every great rapper's had their run, and then it's just like, okay, you had your run and stuff like that. So I'll wait and see. But I don't believe like Drake is done just yet. Now, for me, T-Pain was kind of pushed out.
T-Pain wasn't pushed out.
He wasn't pushed out.
Pushed out by who?
Like, everybody's stealing his sound.
Nobody pushed him
Everybody
out.
stole T-Pain's sound. Once T-Pain, everybody
T-Pain's
stole.
sound is not his sound.
Exactly.
It's auto-tune.
Yeah, but
right.
nevertheless,
Auto-tune
he
was
repopularized it again after Roger Troutman.
Right, thank you.
Roger Troutman didn't use auto-tune. He used a vocoder. That's two different instruments.
Okay, well,
T-Pain, really, Cher was the first to use auto-tune, and T-Pain popularized
and
auto-tune.
he popularized it. Then everybody else started using auto-tune. So then you're pushed out. Everybody else is doing what you had.
Again, I don't think he pushed. I just think he's a guy.
He what? T-Pain got pushed out.
I'll put it to you this way: T-Pain is more influential than Drake.
Right.
Yeah,
had a bigger effect on the game.
I'll say that, yeah. But I'm just saying T-Pain got pushed out because everybody took auto-tune, and now T-Pain's not special no more.
I still think when it comes down to making music, I still think when it comes down to making music and produce, T-Pain still got it, bro.
Yeah.
He just, I mean, yeah, he probably took it personal that people started using his sound and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, if T-Pain wanted to get out here and put some music out here, that nigga still got it, bro. But the whole 2000, you can't say that nigga didn't rock that shit.
One thing I know about artists, if they still got it, they run with it until they don't anymore.
He still got it, dog. He did some shit with Lil Wayne about a couple years ago.
Drake?
No, we're
T-Pain.
talking about T-Pain.
Oh, yeah.
He did some shit with Lil Wayne a couple years ago. That shit was hot.
I don't think T-Pain is irrelevant. I think he just went through a phase where his money got messed up, and he really wasn't like...
He blew that money.
Yeah, he blew that money and it just screwed
that nigga ain't know what the fuck he do. He said he got all that damn paper and shit. He went stir crazy, and before he know it, that nigga was broke.
Yeah, he needed to be broke if he didn't know what to do with the money.
Right. That nigga was blowing paper. He was saying that shit. That will humble his ass when his ass he lost a lot of damn money.
Which would come back and make some more then.
He
make
can.
some more
I mean,
music.
again,
but his wave
money ain't what it used to be when he first made it.
But
Right,
that T-Pain wave is dead.
I don't
It's
think
been
so.
dead.
I don't think it's dead.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't think it's dead.
I think T-Pain has reinvented himself because I've seen him sing live without the auto-tune, and he sounds pretty good.
He still can make music, dog.
Mm-hmm.
He just choose not to.
Yeah. So, speaking of haters, Scott Storch is in the news. And Scott Storch has called out the Roots, claiming the group were haters after he began working with Dr. Dre. So, as a lot of people realize, I remember this. Storch was a member of the Roots back between 93 and 95. I remember seeing his name on some of the... wasn't he on the Do You Want More album? Yeah, I remember seeing his name reading the credits in the Do You Want More album. So I do remember when he was with the Roots. But he was discussing his history with Questlove on a podcast with Patrick Bet David. And he said he started in the Roots and did a lot of stuff for them. They were underappreciative. And he was the guy who came up with a lot of the nucleus of what the albums were. and he left the group and was told that he was the Pete Best of the Roots, which was the guy who quit the Beatles before they blew up. Pete Best. So they're trying to say that Scott Storch leaving the group was going to cause a downfall for him. So apparently it wasn't, and I didn't realize.
He blew up.
I will say I did notice a different sound in the Roots after he left because, like I said, I had got into the Roots from the Do You Want More album. I remember also my sister purchasing a copy of that album Organics that they had, which was before Do You Want More, but I think it was released to the public after Do You Want More, or it was released independently. And I just remember the sound that they had with the keyboard players, with Scott Storch, and then I remember after he left, I want to say it was Illadelph Half-Life. I don't know, was he on that album or not?
I don't think he was on Illadelph Half-Life.
Yeah. I noticed it, his sound the sound of the Roots got a little darker after he left. If Illadelph Half-Life was the album that he did compared to Do You Want More, but I did notice, the Roots sound did get a little bit darker once he left. But Scott Storch even mentioned his girlfriend breaking up with him and saying that his girlfriend broke up with him because she thought it was jacked up that he left the Roots. So maybe she was fucking them all. Maybe she was on the alleged
Damn it, Scott.
Doug Christie.
We supposed to keep it going. You want to fuck everything up, Scott?
Yeah.
Fucking bastard.
Yeah. So after his girl broke up with him, he was like, she didn't see the big picture. So he was complaining about the Roots, saying that they didn't appreciate him and that he was just a white guy who plays the keys in the Roots, and they were calling him White Devil in the Roots.
I mean, where's all this coming from?
I don't know. I want to know if it's true or not.
Did the Roots even brung his name up or something? I'm just like, where's all this coming from? It seems like
look, there will be no root slander at all.
Right,
like, there will be no root slander.
I'm just trying. I'm just like, I don't recall the Roots mentioning his name whatsoever.
I don't remember it either.
And I'm just like holding on to this for a while.
Yeah,
right.
That's 20, 30 years.
Right, I'm just saying. I'm just saying like this some shit that's been. He rehashing this shit, or he been holding it in.
Nah, you know that nigga was. If he been holding, he was during his drug phase. He was sniffing coke, probably mumbling shit.
I'm just like, damn. I don't recall. I'm just like, I don't recall anybody talking about Scott Stewart in it.
Nobody. That never mentioned Questlove.
Right, none of that shit. Like, what we doing? Like, what we doing here? He just
ever mentioned Scott
niggas
Storch.
be wanting to make themselves relevant, so you can go back, look at my catalog and shit and everything, and make that music that I made 20-something years ago come back to life.
Now the Roots have not responded to Scott Storch.
They ain't gonna give him that energy.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to respond. Like you said, they're not going to give.
They're on Jimmy Fallon now. They ain't got time.
They're not
going
to give him that. Yeah,
right. They get money.
Like, you're in rehab. We're on Jimmy Fallon.
We still relevant. We on a late night show.
Hey, Scott Storch could have been relevant, but he sniffed it away. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he also mentioned he lived with DMX at one time, and he said it was the blind leading the blind. I was a coke addict, he was a crack addict, and we were trying to help each other.
Jesus, look, I can only imagine that house.
Like, but I'm just saying though, but why niggas speaking on shit that, you know what I'm saying? Like, the man dead. If he was alive, you wouldn't even say that shit.
No, he would. I believe that. Hey, DMX, he was a global, universal icon, and lots of people ran into him, and they have crazy stories. I remember what was that story somebody said about him on the set of a movie, and the movie was delayed for a couple hours because DMX he left the set and wanted to race remote control cars. That was it. Boy, I know I couldn't have worked with DMX at any point in my career because I don't have the patience to work with crackheads and cokeheads. I've tried it before in the past.
Functioning crackhead and cokehead.
Yeah, no. I've had friends that were on coke.
Yes, you have. Mm-hmm. Yes, you have.
And I couldn't enjoy their friendship because they're always sniffing and needed money and rides.
And aggravating as fuck.
Shit.
Just super aggravating.
All over there.
Just
not the coke man. So you can keep your ass
just
where you
aggravating as shit.
Yeah. Aggravation.
The old days.
Yeah,
those weren't even the
bad
good
old days.
Those weren't even the good old days. The old days.
Those were the bad old days. Okay. So moving right along.
Damn, we do go back. God, Jesus Christ.
We've known each other damn near what, 30 years?
Yeah.
Almost. 10, 20.
Yeah. About 30 years.
Hold on, I'm counting in my head now. Now that you brought it up, 20, 20, 23.
Yeah.
23 years.
It's been a hot
long enough. Okay, I wanted to get into sports because, of course, the NBA draft was the talk of the week.
Yeah.
It's sad because the number one pick of Cooper Flagg was not shocking at all. The biggest news was probably Ace Bailey.
You know, every NBA player, draftee, every NBA draftee on draft night, when the Utah Jazz name come up on the selection board, the prayers go up right then. Please, God, do not let them take me. Please don't let them take me.
No, not Ace Bailey. He knew if he didn't go to Philly, he knew there was a possibility of Utah. And that nigga chose Utah
over Philly. Enjoy yourself. Young man, go out there and kill.
It.
Go out there and kill.
I prefer a Philly cheesesteak and a bald-headed Amber Rose-looking chick.
Well, he was looking at
Philly got great Chinese food, too.
He was looking at where he can actually max out his ability and get to that first max contract.
When you say max out his ability, do you mean shoot the ball as much as he want to?
That could be it.
Is that
that could be it. The driven stats, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it could have been Simmons was still on the team.
mean, but technically you get to shoot all you want in Utah.
I mean, yeah, he could because he just had him and his team just had geographically had cities in mind that they preferred they wanted to go to. And Utah said
he wanted to go to Washington. I remember I heard Washington and
Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? But
because he knew he could shoot as much as he wanted to in Washington. Knew he could shoot as much as he wanted to in Brooklyn. You can't shoot like that in Charlotte. He didn't want to go to Charlotte. That's why he knew he couldn't shoot like that.
I know, because now we got y'all got Con Kneppel.
Yeah, but Melo got to take them shots. Then Brandon got. They
gonna get rid of Melo.
Yeah, Miller got to take some shots. Miles got to get some shots. So yeah, Bailey wasn't going to get the shots he wanted. He going to get them in Utah. He going to get a lot of L's too, though.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna get.
They got a nice front court down there now.
I don't even know who plays for
They
them.
got.
I know somebody from Cleveland.
They got Wagner's brother over there.
Out west, that's a lot of L's.
They got some bodies now.
Out west, that's a lot of L's.
Yeah, I mean,
because isn't Utah going to be with San Antonio?
San Antonio going to be better.
Dallas, San Antonio, Dallas.
San Antonio might be a play-in. They'll be a play-in team.
And Houston. So those three aren't those three in your division?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be just weird to see people going to Utah because they turned Ace Bailey's face into a meme once he was selected by the Utah.
He was crying and shit.
Yeah, he looked really bad.
And then you had not LaMelo, motherfucking Jello. He called him a clown ass nigga.
Ace Bailey.
I'm like, how you gonna call somebody that when you wasn't even top 5, nigga?
Can't even get in.
You wasn't top 20. You got a one hit wonder, nigga. Because I heard the rest of the music you brought out was some.
That was Jello. I thought that was.
Hold on, is Jello on the XSL freshman thing?
Yes, he is.
Oh wow, Jesus. Anyway, I'm sorry about,
trash.
Jello couldn't get in the league.
He couldn't stay in.
He couldn't get in.
He wasn't
ever in.
No, he was in.
He was in.
When?
He was signed on the summer league.
Yeah, he signed. He just couldn't get on the team.
So you ain't get in the league. You ain't.
If you on the summer league, you got a chance to get your player way
in the league. That's what you.
Your game wasn't strong enough.
Summer league ball don't translate. I'm just being honest too. Like you ain't in the league. You couldn't make it in the league. Don't hate on Ace Bailey. The boy can ball. He didn't want to go there. Decisions. You know that, but
you
he
call
can ball.
You call him a clown ass nigga. I mean, you the clown for speaking.
Look, you the clown out the family. Right, everybody else got in.
Right, everybody else got drafted. They top 5 draft picks. He a top 5 draft pick, nigga. You don't know what that is because you wasn't even drafted.
Too busy getting locked up overseas and shit like that.
Like nigga, you in China? You know they got cameras every fucking where.
Give me
No,
what
that's LaMelo who commented on that.
was it? LaMelo?
Yeah.
Really?
That called him a clown?
Yes. That's why I said
Oh.
it wasn't. That's why I was like, I think it was LaMelo.
Hold on,
that said-
let me aim at. You know how I feel about LaMelo. Yeah, make sure because you know how I feel about LaMelo.
I didn't think that.
He a baller though, but he's not working in Charlotte. I'm sorry.
Who?
LaMelo, he's not working in Charlotte. They could get more for him.
Yeah, I do see that because I do believe once he's a free agent, he's not gonna.
Oh no, we're not keeping him. So we got to get rid of him before that come up.
Yeah, it was
lose
LaMelo.
LaMelo for nothing. That'd be crazy. Go ahead and get something for him now.
They talking about he might not report.
Yeah, it says
Who?
LaMelo
Ace
Ball.
Bailey?
No, I was reading. Ace Bailey's people did say he was supposed to report to Utah today.
Yeah, he's supposed to be there today.
Saturday, yeah. So he should have shown up today, but I mean, I guess we'll find out whether he's actually showing up or not.
Give me the top 5. Who were the top 5
Okay, so of
draft
course
picks?
we had Cooper Flag at number 1 by the Mavericks, and 2 was Dylan Harper. 3.
Who?
Edgecombe.
No.
Yeah.
DJ
No.
Edgecombe.
Who had the second pick? Give me the team and the pick. I meant.
Okay, so the first was, of course, the Mavericks
And Coop, yeah.
Yeah, who did Dylan Harper go to? I forgot.
Were the Spurs number 2?
Spurs was number 2. He went to Spurs.
That's heavy.
And the 76ers got VJ Edgecombe.
Good pick.
Number 4, Knipple went to Charlotte. Number 5,
Ace.
that's what Ace going to Utah.
Okay, that's not bad. That the names, at least you know the names. At least you know the
Yeah,
names.
a couple years ago, we ain't know the names.
Yeah,
A couple of years ago, nigga, last year.
we know the names.
Well, it's a couple now because we already through the
It was
draft.
only one we knew that. Like it's 5. You got 5 names that
we
know.
can run down.
So yeah, the Spurs have Wembanyama. You got they
got
still
Fox.
got Castle.
They got
Yep,
Fox.
they still got Castle. Yep. They
And
just
then they
picked
got
up
Harper.
Yep.
Who's the Sochin? Sochin is the power forward. So
They got-
there's no reason for them to not make the playoffs.
They would have made
this
a
year.
play. They would have made a play, and then Wembanyama didn't get hurt.
Wemby.
And on top of that, they young. They so young. Like the Spurs are so young. The thing is though, Wemby better not come out and get hurt next year though, because then he's going to be injury prone. And I hate.
Well, he at his height, he
that's
just
what
comes
I'm
in the
saying,
league
yeah.
injury prone.
We made hella trades because Lonzo Ball got traded from the Bulls to Cleveland. and shit.
For
And-
Isaac or Rocco.
Yep.
was it? How's that gonna work?
Well, I see why they got him because
That's a
they
small
hoping,
backcourt.
They hoping that
No,
take the
he's
pressure
pretty big.
off of Donovan Mitchell because he
What do you
wore
take the pressure off. What is
what I'm saying. Take the pressure off because what happened was Donovan Mitchell during the playoffs when especially the other 3 got hurt, Garland and them got hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He had the ball scoring and playing defense to where he was worn down. So here we are. They hoping that Lonzo can be about 70, hoping that he can be that he can be.
Defensive playmaking because I don't know if he can
First, we
shoot
gotta-
if he's open.
We gotta hope the boy don't get hurt.
That's the thing.
We gotta hope the boy don't get hurt.
So
Big gamble.
LeBron opt out his contract.
Kyrie.
Kyrie signed not yet. He supposed to sign a 3-year deal. Gafford on the same team supposed to sign a 3-year deal.
The dude from the Timberwolves just signed. Nas
Reed got
just
5
signed.
years,
Yeah.
138.
Wait, where did Nas Reed sign to?
Minnesota.
He's staying in
Got
Minnesota.
100. You got Kevin Durant to the Houston, and like you
Oh,
was
of
right.
course, yeah.
You was right that your boy Jalen Green and
Yeah, I knew Jalen was out.
Jalen
after
and
that
Brooks
series.
was traded, and they got the number 10 pick.
Man, KD's
was the
damn
number
turn,
10
man.
pick was the Duke center out of Sudan. He went to Phoenix and everything.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be hyping him up for the Lakers.
he was. I said if he fell to Brooklyn, but Brooklyn they went all guards.
I heard the Lakers signed Angel Reese's brother.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, him and he's like a two-way deal. Then your boy out off of Carolina, what's the name? RJ.
Didn't Miles resign too?
Who?
Miles Turner, didn't he resign?
Yeah, he not yet. They still in contract discussion. Yeah, and then so Durant and them down there, they pretty got a stacked team in Houston. So
I wouldn't say that. They got a team.
No, dude, they kept their whole squad. They only gave up. Come on, Dylan Brooks and Jalen. I mean, Durant replaced both of them just with him. They still got Sengun. They re-signed Steven Adams and stuff like that.
They're not a top 4 team in the West.
What? Are you crazy, bro?
I don't think they're a top 4
they
team
still got your boy Austin Twin and everything, and Van Vliet re-signed. Bro, Sengun still it, bro. Houston is
gonna be
they
a
was
problem.
number 2 with Jalen Green. You minus Jalen Green and Jalen, huh?
Okay.
They're a contender.
They are a contender when you add Durant to that. They still got the whole squad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, they was top 2 this year.
Yeah.
Add Durant, you don't think they still top 2?
Who the killer on that team?
Durant the killer.
Okay.
And Durant and if you want to be frank, that's the perfect team for for Durant. He got the young buck Austin Twin on the wing. He a defensive prowess.
Yeah.
Then he got Van Vliet to bring the ball up. All Durant gotta do is come in and score. He got Sengun down in the paint. He can get it to him. That's a 2010 baller right there. I'm like, that's a perfect situation that Durant can fall up under, and that makes him a contender. Then you got OKC, you know what I'm saying? Then Austin Reeves, he turned down a 4-year extension because he like, nah, niggas.
So you're saying that Houston top 4 next year?
Hell yeah. They're top 4. They was top 2 this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
this without Durant. With Durant, and they primarily kept their whole team. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see what the issue is in that regards. Yeah.
Right.
And then it would be the same thing with the Spurs if he had joined the Spurs, because I knew he was going to join the Texas team.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was going to be the Spurs. I figured with that height with him and Wembanyama, I think Durant would have played power forward. And
man, listen. The West is about to get. You thought it was wicked this year. I'm like, come on, Houston, OKC, defending champs and stuff like that. Houston, we still gotta see what the Lakers gonna do. I mean,
you always gonna bring the Lakers though,
bro.
Minnesota.
Listen, man, listen. Denver, I told y'all when the season was over with, when JJ said condition, everybody gonna look how Luka coming in. Y'all see them goddamn pictures? Don't be fucking listen. That nigga slim. He ain't no pudgy Pillsbury Doughboy. That nigga gonna be
one thing I don't get into, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't get into pictures. I don't get into videos.
Pictures don't lie.
Listen.
Pictures don't lie.
Every year, Ben Simmons used to give us a video
Philly
every
fan.
year, and he'd be shooting the ball every year.
But we know about we know about Luka. We ain't talking about his game. The game is not what we talking about. What we talking about, how fit his ass is gonna be. And I told y'all he was gonna get that ass in shape. And look what it is. His ass in shape.
Yeah.
Watch he be playing. Watch how he be balling next year. So we still gotta see what the Lakers gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because LeBron opt out. Austin Reeves saying, look, I ain't taking that small money. I'm going to bet on myself. And next year, I can get a Supermax. Whereas if any other team sign me, it's 140 million.
What do you think LeBron going to do next season?
What you mean? He going to still be the Lakers.
What do you think he's going to do? Like, what's his role on the team going to be?
His role on the team is to keep on selling them damn tickets. Keep mentoring. Listen. Keep on mentoring Luka. Like, look, nigga, you about to get the keys to this damn kingdom here. You got to be on your game. This is showtime. You feel what I'm saying? This is one of the historical teams on this fucking in this league, and we got sold for $10 billion, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Most in any North American team ever. So with that being said, we competing. So don't sit here. Just look at the Dodgers. You see how they've been in the World Series, and we favored this year for the World Series. That shit gonna translate over to the Lakers too. Watch championship soon.
Okay, well, I'm personally happy because my squad, the Wizards, got rid of old bum ass Jordan Poole and traded him to the Pelicans for CJ McCollum.
I'm looking at your team like I think they might be the play-in game this year.
They could be.
Like,
We got
I'm looking
Middleton.
at them like
We got C.J. McCollum.
Yeah.
They looking at
they got smart.
They looking at the fact that how Boston has changed, and Tatum, he's gonna be gone most of the year, and they're gonna be weak. And then you still don't know what the coaching scene gonna be like, because it seemed like the Knicks won every big ass coach they went for a big swing and a miss. Strike one, strike two. I think 5 times they struck out. So now they sitting here still looking for a coach and got a nerve want to try to reach out to Dawn Staley, which I highly doubted that
Dawn
she'd
ain't
take
leaving
that
South
job.
Carolina.
No, she ain't leaving
Dawn
that
ain't
South
leaving
Carolina,
South Carolina.
job. She gonna stay there.
She's a goddess. in
Yeah,
South
exactly.
Carolina.
She got
ain't going
everything
there.
how she wanted
Nah,
it.
she
So
good.
So you don't believe the Knicks are going to be able to get Don Staley?
No.
hell no, she ain't leaving South Carolina for that.
Man, they about to get Dawn a spaceship, boy. She
Right,
ain't
exactly.
going- she ain't going nowhere.
Dawn got the key to fucking South Carolina, dog. I'm like,
Dawn ain't going
she
nowhere.
the queen of that state, man. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't leaving that for no damn New York job. They better pick between Mike Brown or motherfucking
Mark Jackson.
No, Mark Jackson ain't nobody fucking with Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson don't want it. He don't want it. He a pastor, and Sunday's sermon he ain't missing. And that's when games is there. They got it. Look, nigga, I'm paying you that money. You gotta have your ass on that court.
Who the black guy that used to coach the Cavs?
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, yeah.
Yeah, him. And then my man that used to coach for the Memphis Grizzlies, Taylor Jenkins, him. And
powerful names.
And Norvik he was assistant from the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Don't nobody want that New York job. That's funny.
No, they don't want that job.
They don't
man.
want to deal with the
That's funny
pressure.
as hell.
And
They don't want
cats off that.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with that shit.
All right, what do you think Trey Johnson's going to do with the Wizards? Have you been following Trey Johnson?
I think he's all right. I think he's a baller. Like I say, I think the Wizards are playing worthy this year.
I definitely
think they're
believe it.
playing worthy.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, like I said, they got a mixture of veterans and
Young
as well
talent.
as young talent. Yeah. So again, it's up for grabs because they see Boston on a weaker end. Cleveland, they reloaded. They made a couple of switches.
And Middleton is a bucket.
Yeah.
He's
stay healthy.
Still, yeah, that's the
CJ's a bucket, and I can't really think of Wizards in the past couple of years like that would like they're going to score. Like I
got
can't.
rid of Kuzma, which was a positive.
So yeah, I believe the Wizards are definitely play-in tournament worthy this year.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's get into the NFL because Aaron Rodgers said, I guess this is going to be his last
This
season.
is it.
Oh, congratulations to the Thunder.
For the NBA champion.
Yeah. Did they have the last game?
Yeah, Game 7. And it was the highest rated game.
Game 7, most watched finals game in 6 years.
Yeah.
Hallie getting hurt. That really sucked.
That's why nobody was happy at the end of the game.
I mean, he was cooking now too.
That cast a huge shadow
He was
over
cooking.
the finals. Like,
Everybody that wore 0, they got their damn Achilles blown out.
Yeah.
Tatum, Lillard, and Hallie.
Like seeing Hallie go down, especially in Game 7, like it was just. But got to give the Thunder their due, though.
Yeah,
Got to
they
give the
did
Thunder
their
their
thing,
credit.
man.
They won.
They won
They're like the second youngest team in NBA history to win the damn chip. Also, Shea, he's in rare form. He's not only regular MVP, also he's an MVP during the Eastern Conference as well as the finals.
You said the Eastern
I
Conference.
mean Western Conference. My bad. Excuse me.
Yeah, Western Conference final.
Okay, now we go to football. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. So with Aaron Rodgers' final run,
Mike Tomlin doesn't deserve this.
I mean, he said this is it. He gonna give his all in Pittsburgh, and he going all out. He gonna empty the tank. And that nigga got married on the low.
How many games he playing this season?
4.
Like I don't.
If they don't have their offensive line situated,
I don't see him getting through the season. I
see him
just
getting
don't.
through the season. Because again, Tomlinson has never had a losing season, and you know what I'm saying. So, And I'm if I gotta bet something on Thompson, and you got a veteran quarterback like him, I don't see them having a losing record. If he made it with Mason Rudolph, come on, you got Aaron Rodgers. I think they're gonna curtail the offense towards him.
Before you do that, you got Aaron Rodgers. I've seen the past couple of years. You got not that Aaron Rodgers. You got 40.
You right. Aaron Rodgers had a
and he don't have Pickens out there either.
He goddamn what's the name out there?
Who?
My boy from Seattle. They came from Seattle.
DK.
He got DK, and they've been practicing already over the summer before training camp started.
Well, for my mom's sake, I hope they do good. My mom's a big Steelers fan.
I'm just saying it. Just watch out for the.
I hope she's prepared to have a very disappointing season, or at least very underwhelming.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But besides that, Shedeur Sanders again in the news this time for Hanford Dixon, Browns legend, is saying Shedeur is going to be the starting quarterback. He said, this kid is going to be our starting quarterback, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping that he is the guy that they've been looking for. That's what Hanford Dixon said.
I'm not I just don't think he's week one starting, but he got to start. He got to. That is the faith of the Browns right now. All the Browns fans are hype about Shedeur. I don't think he's game one starter. Game 5, 6, I believe he'll be the starter. But yeah, he's going to start this season.
Nah, I see him starting at the beginning of the season. The way they're talking.
Yeah, I've been.
I want to see what he's going to do in the preseason.
I've been saying the whole entire time. He's going to be the starter, man. He's going to beat out Kenny Pickett because we talking about veterans and Hall of Famers. They're now he's came out and said it.
That's good, but are either of them going to be on the field? Who he got to throw the ball to?
But
why am I going to throw my rookie that we have all this praise and promise for out there?
Good, he's that good. You can't keep him on the field.
To what? He can't run.
We don't know that. We don't know what his time. We don't know what his timing is. He
can't run, Hassan.
We don't know what his timing is. We just know he a traditional drop back quarterback.
Okay.
We don't know what his timing is, so we can't say.
Okay.
Interesting.
Like I said, their first 5, 6 games, I wouldn't start him.
He's still invested in Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, it's not even invested in Kenny Pickett. I just
the
know,
white man's throw is
I know
colder.
their first 5 or 6 games are tough games, and I don't want him facing those teams right out the bat. Like, I'd rather let Kenny Pickett go out there the first 4 games, let them boo him.
If Kenny Pickett can't hold him off to where he cannot get on the field, then that's an indictment on him, which I've been saying this is Shedeur's to lose.
Exactly. Now, Charles says he don't know who's going out worse, Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. I would say Aaron Rodgers is going out worse. Russell still has New York Giants, which they don't have a line, do they?
No.
But don't he have options? Don't they have?
Yeah, he got Malik
Neighbors
out there. Neighbors out there, and they got a hell of a defense up front.
But that weapons. He ain't got no weapons. All he got is Malik Neighbors. That's it.
That's all he needs.
No, that's not. Not with the defenses in the NFC East. No, it's not.
You gotta need more than that.
He need a run. He definitely need a running back. He definitely need a running back in the NFC East.
It's gonna be interesting. Boy.
So Aaron Rodgers, like I said, he's 43, 44.
Yeah,
he's up there.
Yeah,
he's in his 40s. I see more out of my boy in the Giants, Russell, than I do out of Aaron Rodgers. But we'll see, though. It's 68 days until football season. 68.
That's right. Them motherfucking Cowboys on the motherfucking Eagles' ass, nigga.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
We swept them last year. We're going to sweep them again this year.
Fuck out of here. Bro, you got my boy Dak, boy. We ready to go. Lock and load.
What is Dak going to do?
Watch how we dumping on them niggas. We're going to be dumping on them niggas.
Dak ain't done shit for y'all, but y'all still
Are you
hype
stupid?
Dak up.
What you mean? He ain't
What
done
is
nothing
he giving y'all?
All right, bro. Don't worry about it. Watch
What
what
is
he
he
get.
giving
Watch
y'all?
what he give you in game one.
What has he
Watch what he
given
give you
y'all?
in game one.
Jalen gave us
Watch
the
what he
Super
give you
Bowl.
on game
What
one.
has Dak given
I mean,
y'all?
Dak was hurt last year.
Dak
He was hurt.
Dak been playing for how many years now?
About the same amount of time as Jalen, almost.
No, he has not.
I said gave it.
He just be making shit up.
This is second contract. This is Dak's second
for 10
about,
years.
No, it's about 6,
and
7
ain't won
years.
Y'all shit.
No, this is his
He got
second.
y'all NFC
No,
East.
this is second contract he had because you got 4 years for your rookie contract. He had
9 years. 9 years he's been there, and he's got them the NFC East. But he keeps telling me about Dak. I'm just saying.
Dak is whack.
no.
And that's a fact.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
What you mean?
Y'all. I mean, first of all, y'all can't. Y'all haven't won a Super Bowl longer than us, so I wouldn't be talking.
Nigga,
And then on top of it, y'all got 55 points dumped on y'all heads. I wouldn't be talking. 55 points. Y'all don't want to hear shit. Y'all got blown out by 55 points. So we gonna be quiet right quick. You
In
feel
the
what I'm saying?
playoffs.
It don't matter.
All
That's
I'm
even
saying-
worse.
all I'm saying is
55 points. We got game one.
If Dak doesn't
Game one.
If Dak doesn't do anything this year, can we have a realistic talk at the end of next season?
What you mean? My man was not last year before he got hurt 2 years
If
ago.
Dak
He
doesn't-
was in the running for MVP of the league. What you talking about?
Did he win it?
He was second in the race.
So was Jalen 1 year.
Bruh,
You
come
discredit
on,
that
man.
all the time. And Jalen got a Super Bowl ring.
Listen, you're trying to sit here and try to talk shit about my man like he a scrub and shit. Nigga, he got a winning record against y'all. He
But
does.
what does he have?
Say what?
He has a winning record, but what does he have?
Jalen just got his Super Bowl. First one. What we talking about?
Dak ain't got
He
none.
was hurt last year. Don't worry about it.
But he been in
I'm not saying we
He
win
been y'all quarterback for 10 years.
Okay, and we had and listen.
Last year, you were talking about his MVP season 2 years ago. What happened then?
And what happened?
Y'all got dog walked by the Packers.
Now,
Okay.
Charles said Dak Prescott has done as much for the Dallas Cowboys as Quincy Carter. God damn.
Hey, no, we're not doing
God.
Charles. We're not doing that, Charles.
I remember
We ain't doing
Quincy
that,
Carter.
Charles, because Quincy Carter was not in the running for no goddamn MVP, man. We're not doing that.
Because the Redskins would always
We're
win
not
when they
doing
played.
that. We're not doing that.
Yo,
No.
Quincy
we ain't
Carter
doing that.
is
Don't
a
we?
name.
That's night and day. Don't do that, Charles.
And like that best year to win was when Zeke was amazing.
Yeah.
And he fumbled that.
And now Zeke is no longer amazing.
Zeke ain't
Watch
even in the
how.
league no
Listen,
more.
you
Dang.
know what? I mean, I was talking cash shit. I'm still is, but I have good feelings about this because
Why?
number one, we got a hellified number two. Pickens gonna be a dog. Watch what I say. Pickens gonna be a hell on niggas' ass. You feel me? This is contract year. On top of that, Micah gonna get his money. He gonna be the highest paid
And he ain't gonna play hard.
non-quarterback.
He a good player.
And watch how that nigga and watch how our rookies, because we be hitting on our draft picks now. We gonna be mauling it. We do.
Mozzie, what Mozzie?
Outside of him, that wasn't our pick. That was
What's your
that was no. That was Jerry Jones' pick. Because I Mozzie. I don't know. I can't.
Don't
speak.
wind up in the basement this season.
What you
That's all
mean?
I'm gonna say.
Hey, y'all some basement
Don't wind
dwellers.
up in the basement.
Hey man, hey
Don't be in
listen.
the
We gonna
basement
bust
this
both
season.
of y'all, Washington
Y'all ain't beating
and
us.
Philly.
Y'all
Yeah,
ain't beating us.
Game
Now,
one.
y'all might scare
Game
them.
one. We
Y'all
got
might
y'all
scare the
game one.
Commanders,
All right.
but y'all ain't scaring
That's
us.
cool. Hey, that's cool. I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
Game one.
Okay. Well, one thing I did actually want to cover that I meant to cover during the basketball segment that I forgot was Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is in the news because of his crazy-ass baby mama, Heather Andrews. He had to file a restraining order against his baby mom of 2 children, alleging a past history of emotional abuse, harassment, and threats of violence. She has threatened to mutilate his fingers to end his basketball career.
Time out.
Yes.
Was it Dylan Brooks the one that was supposed to be dealing with the trans?
Yeah, and I'm sure
Or
after
that-
this he wish he had. He should have stayed in that community. He wouldn't be dealing with this. Who's to say? But it looks like he's filed a restraining order. It was made public earlier this year, and it said in the relationship, it looks like after he first got her pregnant, she became crazy and nutty, and despite an initial flurry of red flags, Brooks must have continue seeing her, and the couple had a second child. So you already know she's crazy. So that cat is.
So I don't feel sorry for him.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
on
feel
that's
sorry
on
for
fire. You put
But
another
wait,
one in.
She's been sending him emotionally abusive texts, dumping their private discussions to celebrity blogs, warning that she would destroy his career and reputation. And she also said, of course, she threatened to cut his fingers off. She is also defaced a mantle in his home by writing the words "You suck, bitch" everywhere on it. And this includes pictures of the damage. He's also accusing this woman of taking threats against his family to a higher level. So she's now threatening his mom. I'll send someone after your mom. So that's what she's saying. These actions came a year after she herself obtained a restraining order against him, claiming he had threatened and harassed her. So there's 2 restraining orders now, painting a complex situation.
Messy.
Yeah, this is along the lines of DDG. But yeah, hey, Dylan, I maybe he's into both.
Look, at least DDG just had one and was done with it. My boy went back and had a second one.
Hey,
So
DDG ain't over. They could become cool again,
Right.
co-parent, and
Right.
he's
He
slipping
did
to that
slipping
thing
that
again.
wet
he did the
joint,
Bob
it's a
Ross.
wrap.
He painted them red flags green. He painted the red flags into beautiful trees.
I don't know, but I know this woman is crazy, and I'm sorry. Once you threaten my mom, yeah, I might have to get some street niggas.
All bets off.
Especially when I know you ain't got no connections to the street. You just some nutty white girl who just talking crazy. I send a sister over her crib. Oh, you want to talk crazy? But yeah, what is Dylan Brooks? Is he mixed race? Just like
Yeah.
I think he's mixed.
okay, well then, yeah, Dylan he just sent some cousins over at her and just stomp her out. That's what he should do, but we know that's not gonna
All
happen.
these toxic women.
Yeah, these crazy women, and you're gonna hear bad things when that 6'5" nigga just knocks her ass out. But that's the life. Is there anything else y'all want to cover?
Deontay Wilder. He did win
I
his
was
fight the
watching that
other
fight.
day.
Well, yeah, what was up with your boy Deontay Wilder, Hassan? 'Cause I saw that fight, and I just
He looked like he was able to outmatch.
He said he wants to be champ. He said he wants to go for the title again. And I'm like, no, you don't.
no title.
The undisputed title.
He got number one. He got the same
Skill set. Oh, then he ain't winning.
The knockout joint. You know what I'm saying?
First 3 rounds.
Yeah, he's not a boxer. He's a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if he don't get you out,
Huge difference.
right? So if he don't get to rock your ass like how he want to, if somebody able to stick and move on that nigga,
He gonna wear down.
He gonna wear down, and he
wear
gonna get
down.
knocked the fuck out. So Usyk, that nigga, that white boy beast. Now I ain't even gonna front.
Didn't he beat Fury, right?
Yeah, he beat Fury. I saw that.
You want to fight this?
Right.
The same
you
dude.
you done rock Fury twice, and Fury got his ass up. You feel what I'm saying? I'm sitting here like, yo, so Usyk done gave Fury the motherfucker. He whooped his ass pretty good. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I'm like,
Deontay, I don't know. I don't think.
if you gotta learn some boxing, you gotta get a little bit more boxing in you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
He'd make a great bodyguard or a street fighter.
Yeah,
bouncer, all that shit. But I like you say, his career has a ceiling. I don't think you'll fight for the championship again. I might be wrong. You might find your way back into that position again, but I just don't see it. And I wouldn't be interested in the fight if you did get there.
I would.
You would?
Yeah,
Not if he was
because
fighting-
if he listen, if you see where he at now, and if he's able to climb back up to get to the championship fight, yeah, I want, because that means he had to beat some good motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying, to get up there.
How long before Canelo and Crawford?
September 13th.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a fight.
Yeah,
Got to be out there.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
my
That's gonna
birthday
be a
month
fight.
too. Yeah, I gotta
So
be
you
out
gonna be
there.
in Vegas?
If God willing, I want to be there
Be the
watching that
on
fight.
the ground correspondent. We'll learn how to FaceTime with him and stuff.
Yeah, damn right.
I like Vegas.
What?
I'm not the biggest fan of Vegas.
What?
I'm into space now. I just like I don't like places that are crowded.
That's a lot. That's a lot of play. I love
Yeah,
Vegas.
Vegas is
I
crowded.
love it. That's like my second. That's my second.
Yeah,
home
Vegas
out
is-
there. I
Vegas is
love
crowded.
Vegas, boy.
Cool. All right. Well, is there any other topics?
We are coming on the July 4th weekend.
Yeah.
July 4th will be Friday. We'll be back Saturday. Hopefully, we can find somebody on the grill that wants to grill on the
Yeah.
Buddha's Grill is busted, right?
Yeah, so
Right.
we're gonna have to find somebody who got a grill
We gotta
or
go to-
something.
go-
Some
gotta
got to
go
give
the grocery
though.
store and get them $20 joints put together.
Oh yeah, one of them disposable grills.
Yeah.
Something got to give though. But we going to try to celebrate on the 4th. Nah, that's really all I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, make sure we trying to get to 10K.
Like, share, subscribe, comment,
tell a friend,
all that
tell
stuff.
a friend, another friend.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for tuning